It's just on my end that it's not updating the page. It is just on my end. That would have been really annoying. Actually, correct detail. It was an update. When last we left off, the investigation of Detroit Metal City continued. You guys learned more interesting things, including some special stuff that wasn't expected. You backtraced the cell number, person who had last seen Lisa. The cell phone number was checked, and it was double checked against an Uber app, which showed the to and from directions of Louisa's friend from over the past week. And these have apparently been to and from Rose's bar. Means it's someone who's been in the bar a couple of times by this point. At the same time, the Baroness Angelina has been looking into perfume-based mysteries, which amuse me to no end. Currently we are Remulus, but in his absence, Gidgeon is currently busy stalking the Yakuza for viable ghoul. We'll make him roll for how that goes when he gets here. Before we get underway properly, of course, you need to set everyone's aspirations. Do they perspire for ass? I know Rose does, but that's because she has the blush always on.
You know it, baby.
That just sounds icky.
Perspiring ass.
Perspiring for ass? It's like when you look at a butt and then you just start like sweating like I must have it. I need it.
I would advise consulting a doctor about that.
Hold on,
No,
I have the perfect image to represent this.
Is
It just makes
is
me
it
think
just
of, you know...
the fucking black dude with just the water pouring down his face?
Is it brackets or parentheses first?
Squares and then opens. No space between the bracket sets.
You know, when you say that, start sweating when you see ass, just make me...
Yeah, there you go.
Just make me think of, you know, those fat, ugly bastards in hentais.
Oh, those always make me sad. It's like, tell you what, we want a big, cute, curvy food, and you're like, yes, yes, and I want it to be fucked like a smelly pig. Like, no, you ruined it.
No, why do you go this route? We created food to avoid this.
Miss me with that gay shit.
But yes, our aspirations.
Yes, aspiration. Angelina, you have 3 pluses in locate the missing signatory. I'm going to assume you don't want to ditch that one. You have prepare fortifications against future monster attack with a plus, and determine who else has influence over Weisberger with a plus in it.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep all of those.
Alright. Rose, we have find a titty monster with 2 pluses. Get Etienne's dick suck with a plus. Use Legibus Curse on someone with no progress. Would you like to change any of these?
No, I'm good. I'm good with this.
Oh. DCL, we have earn a magical sword with a plus. Find Louisa dead or undead with a plus. And space for an empty aspirations. What would you like your new one to be, and do you want to change any of the ones you got?
Shit. What to do today?
Your actual plan is to go to Rose's club. Looking into this matter. I don't know if there's anything you could have built it.
Oh yeah, I remember what I did last session. Alright, for this session, go the session without spending vitae.
Of course, last time was do not spend any willpower.
Yeah, this session shall be do not spend vitae.
Not spend vitae. Alright.
Okay, so I guess we have to have the entire session take place on the same night.
It's true, because when you wake up, you spend a vitae. You know what? If it turns up like that, I'll let that one slide. Obviously, there's no way for you to avoid spending that one vitae.
Yeah.
For Gideon's, I don't suspect Ron will be changing any of his. They've got pluses in them, but it's Learn the Fate of Signatory, 2 pluses. Acquire a Ghoul plus. Assist the Coterie in the mission, 2 pluses. Saul, assist the Coterie in the mission, 3 pluses. Acquire another dot of resources, 1 plus. And find the whereabouts or condition of a Lady Belladonna, 2 pluses. Want to change any of them?
No, I'm good as is.
Excellent.
Chat, if you bite my foot, I will literally fling you across the room. Yeah, fucking thought so.
Just before Angelus. Alright then. So, we pick up with plenty of time for you guys to still do this shit. It's about, say, 11 at night. Let's check the
it's
actual
young
date.
as fuck.
Yeah, the night is young. It is the 29th of November. You are still under the Shroud of Darkness.
The night is dumb, young, and full of cum.
Well, I mean, we are going to your club, so
You are sucking dick, so
Oh yeah, finally, after all of this waiting, the perfect opportunity.
well, I'm in the middle of an investigation.
Yeah, well now you have to investigate her deck.
should make him do
Relax.
it on stage.
Hey, I don't pay for a performance.
Well, no,
Well, I didn't
people
get-
pay
I
you
know you
for a
do.
Yeah,
performance.
I didn't get paid for a performance.
You could.
You have a magical sword for trade.
Well, Etienne has a magical
know-
sword, but it's only for...
Technically,
Huh.
I could invest 2 more points in rapport and make a grease sword.
What? What, mate?
It's a fetish sword.
Well, yeah, of course.
I could give you a fetish for giving everybody a fetish.
See what you're doing there. And I do not approve. Either way, if I remember correctly. Shit, how long was it since she was last seen at the club? I guess we'll have to go around and ask. My memory is failing me.
Over a week, right?
Yeah. Thankfully, for people whose memories fail them, there is a big document which I've been doing my best to remember to keep up to date with all the shit you guys get up to.
Thank you.
Because I know I will forget, so I might as well fill it out instead of trying to rely on you guys to do it and then feeling bad when it's not updated and I've forgotten details.
To the bar.
Hooray. Swoosh you guys. Little map over here. Should make a nice background that is Ellie's bar. Do that something.
What now?
Just a big dick.
A background for your bar.
Mm.
I'll do it at some point. Also, I randomly googled like Grease, and it came up with Wanga, which is quite funny because practitioners of Wanga are called Wangateurs.
Oh my god.
So
Yep.
you could create a Gregory sword and be thought of as a professional Wangator. Which sounds like you just sort of like scope the nation investing in Wang.
I believe Rose would officially be considered a mambo.
Marvelous
Perhaps
Mambo?
the 5th one.
The 5th Mambo.
A mambo number 5, if you will.
Yes. I'm trying to think of how
Ladies
many
and gentlemen.
professional Mambos there might have been. There's probably in the single digits, and people keep fighting over who gets to be thought of as the 5th greatest Mambo.
Dove it to Louis Vega.
So what kind of effect, just out of curiosity, does a Gree sword have?
Well, basically, I would coax a spirit into inhabiting it. Well, me and my Loa patron would convince a spirit into inhabiting it and bestowing it with whatever that spirit's got going on. I could
I'm amused by the
potentially
idea. It could be a totally worthless sword because of the spirit that climbs into it.
I could coax like a high level flame spirit in there and have it be a flaming sword.
That sounds...
I don't think vampires would like that.
No, that sounds like the kind of sword that puts you in frenzy when you activate it and scares you into dropping it, and dropping it then sets you on fire.
You what, mate? Actually, what I don't know if I have frenzy for fire. There's that-
All vampires
All
do.
of it, apart from a very select few, and even they suddenly take a whole bunch of negatives. They just don't immediately go, "Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die!"
I actually feel like I don't know, my resilience. wouldn't be the
Resilience
worst.
aside, like
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the worst for you, but your brain would still absolutely send you all of those fire bad messages, which is the main problem. That's where frenzy comes from.
Okay, so
PCL, PCL, it's literally when you activate the sword, it would be equivalent of you suddenly hearing police on speakers, see the flashlight, and they scream, "Get on the ground! Drop the weapon!"
But bringing up resilience does, that is a good thing to have because, like, it would mean you don't have as bad a frenzy modifier. So you might actually, pass.
You might resist it. I mean, how's your like fucking resolve, composure, all that shit? It's pretty decent.
composure resolve is composure's 4, resolve is 3, so
You'd be pretty good at keeping your shit together. But at the same
It would
time,
just-
carrying a weapon around that terrifies you on a preternatural level is going to bestow constant negatives that probably outweigh the fact that the sword is on fire.
But the fun fact is that like it's a vampire power, and they specifically call out fire spirits in the description. So
Well, if you have a ghoul who you really like.
I don't know, a sword that freaks me out to use every time I try to pull it out sounds like a very DCL move.
well,
What about a salt
I
blade
think-
that leeches vitae out of people when it stabs them?
See, now that is just my sword personified. I would use a sword that also scared the shit out of me as a challenge because I am a salty, stubborn bastard like that.
You got a salt knife.
This is true.
Oh.
You have an assault weapon.
Nice pun there, but I was actually referring to the
I know.
knife.
Yeah.
Actually, don't remember the knife we're talking about.
The one that in-game Hedra gave you for Christmas.
She gave you a knife made of salt for Christmas.
Oh yeah. Actually, still, I can't. Was that like an actual usable knife? I have that on my character sheet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a +1.
So that's why I have that. I was just like, I'm not sure why I have that, but I have that. I guess it must be a meme. And I just
Yeah.
left it as that.
Yeah, it's a decent
Yeah,
knife.
it's really good versus, spirits and stuff like that. If you fight.
Oh.
Hmm. And if you rub it on fries, it makes them delicious.
I could go for surprise. But yeah. Alright. So we're headed down to the club.
Declare.
and go to the club, get turned.
The actual anathema of Saul.
Yeah, I'm not sure if everybody here needs to go. It is your club after all.
Surely everyone wants to. Although the moment you say that, Gideon's like, "I'm out," and is going to go look for a
Broom.
ghoul.
I'm pretty sure Gideon just facing the crowd disappeared.
Yeah.
You guys want some
Yeet.
clothes to fit in? You don't want to stand out so much? Get
Just
you
looks
guys
like-
some nice latex full body suits.
Just
Shit.
looks
If you want to go
gross.
anonymous, we could get you some gimp masks.
It worries me how into this you are every time we come to visit.
Yeah, it's my place. Why wouldn't I be into it?
Look, we're going for an investigation. Not
Adventure.
So you want to come investigate? If you guys want to remain anonymous,
It is
Not-
it is a possibility. Would you like to disguise yourselves? And if so, there are very easy, accessible disguises.
yeah,
hmm.
got gimp masks. We could pretty you up. You make a good girl.
I fry squint.
You just need to shave that those
Your
pubes off your face.
Deeper fry squint. Okay,
Deep
so
sigh.
first off, if I wanted to be a pretty princess, I could use my obfuscate powers for that. So
Yeah, it's not as much fun.
Second off, I could just stand outside, considering how there's very little I could ask or do that you couldn't do yourself in terms of your own club.
Well, you don't want to come and be second pair of eyes? Third?
I mean,
Or, hey, look at this.
Hmm?
We got this waiting for you.
oh right, god damn it. No, people, I'm trying to do an investigation. I don't have time to suck ladycock.
Hey, you can suck ladycock while I investigate.
No.
Make the best of our time here.
I'm going to keep my eye out just in case anybody's following us. You're going to ask the questions and see what you can't find out.
They're gonna ask the questions, why aren't you sucking ladycock?
Well, that question's obvious. No, not now.
Okay, so how about we move while talking?
Yeah, move towards the club. Let's go.
I assumed we were in the car.
We can't all fit in the backseat of my goddamn car.
No. I've got my own
No.
vehicular manslaughter.
Hmm.
The vehicular
And
manslaughter.
God damn
Is
dogs.
that the time for is that the signifier of AFK time for Lily?
No.
Oh, okay.
They've
Well,
already been out. They're just
Being
doing
loud.
a heckin'
Well, Gideon's gone, so I don't have my usual shotgun. I'm gonna count that as a blessing, to be completely honest.
What weather is it?
The light drizzle broke by about 7 p.m., so it's actually dry. It's still chilly and the air is moist, but it's not pissing it down like it had been previously, like the last night.
Well, so it's not dry. It's just cold and moist.
Yeah,
in
the
fucking November there, so-
air is damp and chilly.
How far away is it to Rose's club?
You were at the Elysium area. It is. Oh god, that is the wrong button to click.
Oh, yeah, I got scared for a second. It's like turn order. What?
Yeah, no. Like a mile and a bit. It's not a massive problem for you.
No, that's
fucking-
more. We have to take the road, remember?
I mean, there are other
There are
roads.
smaller
Yeah,
roads.
those are main roads, but there are small ones all over town.
Just you know.
Like
Everybody else can
the
get in
journey
car.
could literally be as easy as that.
Just everybody else get in the car. I'll jog over.
Like, we got separate cars, don't worry. You came in hers, came in mine. There's it.
Okay then. Then we get in the cars and we go.
Rock and roll.
So which one are you taking? Nisha, do you have a choice?
Yeah. There's the Soulmobile.
I'm gonna go with the Soulmobile because otherwise I'm going to be constantly badgered to suck dick.
No?
No, because
Angelina
Rose,
wouldn't make
Rose
you
is-
suck dick.
I mean, you could ride bitch with me and be constantly pressured.
Yeah, that's what I meant because the other option is Rose.
No, the other option
Rose
was
rides on a
Angelina.
bike, remember?
You have 3 options, I guess. You could ride bitch on the bike, but also Angelina has a car.
Mhm.
Fancy car.
So you get 2 fancy cars and a crotch shop.
Hmm. Which I don't know. Which one's been the least racist towards me?
What, as far as
Rose.
cars are concerned?
I mean, as far as the characters, I know Rose has, but shut up.
I don't know. One's Jewish and one's Austrian.
I don't know. Fucking, I'll roll 1d2.
We've
What?
been much more elitist at you than
Yeah,
racist.
they've both been
That's-
money at you.
That's the same thing when you're black.
Oh.
DCL, well, here's the thing though. Which one has helped you?
I mean, technically, okay, fair enough. I'll just roll 1d2. 1 is Saul, 2 is Weiss. Okay, going with Saul.
Alright. Clamber into the soul vehicle. And to drive your asses up to safe word. Let's see. It probably takes you like 20 minutes. No biggie. Rather go mostly main road for that. Yeah.
I was about to. I feel like your scale is being European there, because a mile drive does not take 20 minutes.
What, like 11?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, how long would it
And
take?
mile isn't that.
Like a mile drive is not even like 4 minutes.
Yeah, at that time of night, like 5 minutes at most.
Yeah, remember, 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers.
I mean,
That's
breaking
not
it down to
long.
kilometers changes absolutely nothing for me. My measurements still tend to be
Okay.
miles and mph.
Yeah,
Alright.
but yeah, it would be like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
That's what.
We'll call it 6, just so that it's slightly over whatever number you all said, because I don't want to set a precedent here.
10-minute drive. Just go with 10-minute drive.
No. 6 now. We're gonna go with an
Round
oddly
up.
specific number. You arrive at the safe word 6 minutes later.
Alright, come on in, folks. We got the employee entrance here.
It's a deep sigh. Reaches
pat-
into his suit, into his briefcase, and pulls out.
His gimp mask.
No, a
His own
classic.
personal gift mask. For
No,
personal
it's a
business.
it's a 1942 German gas mask. What the hell do you expect? No, it's a classic, like masquerade mask.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, white there with just eye slits.
Very
Puts
fancy.
that on.
Very fancy.
All right.
I was suddenly married to the idea that, like, just Insol's briefcase is the disguise for any occasion, and it's just a gimp mask. You're like, damn it, briefcase, why would you betray me like this?
Hey, a
Alright.
gimp mask goes in any occasion. I mean,
Oh, yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like my top glove
Not in
box
the
clothing.
court.
you'd be surprised.
I would love to get away with wearing like a nice like tweed blazer, but then also a gimp mask, just to really throw everyone off their game.
All right. I'm gonna be sticking to the corners, just keeping an ear out if anything goes wrong.
I don't know why my brain went there, but my brain went to the Batman XXX porn parody, where Black Mask would have been a gimp mask instead of just a skull. I don't know why my brain went there.
Fair enough.
Anyway, yeah, come on
I
in,
hear
guys.
porn parody, and all I can think of is a beach. It's a bathtub.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking of right now.
It's not a beach, it's a bathtub.
Fucking Ada. Fucking Leon.
Great.
Okay. And yeah, it's 11 p.m. at Safe Word. It's bumping. What kind of style? What theme's on tonight?
Let's see. I should make up like a
You should
a list.
Absolutely, you should make a calendar. Like your regular days and then some rare shows that you have been known to throw. So I know that you've it's almost certain that you've called in the same like Cirque de Lune that turned up at the other place.
What day? Like what day is it? What weekday? Day of the week?
Because it's a real day, I can tell you. What was it on the 29th of November 2018? 29th of November 2018, it's a Thursday.
Thursdays. So not known for being too busy. It's not the weekend. It's not Friday. It's an instructional day.
Ooh. What's being taught then?
Proper bondage techniques.
A classic. They're probably on like session 3 out of 6.
So yeah, they're calling up people, getting them to tie ropes, getting them to tie up other volunteers.
Excellent. Alright then. When you enter into the like employee section, presumably companion still in tow. Let's Etienne is like sort of half on the sofa, pulling clothes back on again and grinning. Oh, hey guys. Nice to meet you all.
Etienne, this is everybody. Saul, Angelina, of course. You know,
I know
this
these-
guy.
Yeah, I
You
do.
know these lips.
I do.
Nudge, nudge.
I do indeed. And I believe I'm expecting to get acquainted with those soon, but I've not met Mr. Saul or Miss Angelina before. And she will like finish tugging her shirt on all the way and wash her hands.
I will
Before
fry
offering
squint to
handshake.
all of you all night if I have to.
Alright, I get it. No cock on the clock.
Nuts.
Okay. Just Saul looks at her, just gets out his gloved hand, just shakes it.
Yeah, she literally did make sure
Coldly.
to wash her hands before shaking hands.
Yeah, but he's not fucking taking off his glove.
Oh no, of course.
He's probably gonna burn it afterwards. But that's beside the point.
Yep. Yes, you're looking vampire too, and taking it. You'll like give your gloved hand a squeeze. Presumably you aren't Blush of Life, yes?
No.
But you are Blush of Life.
No, I am not.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't doing
Yeah.
like,
She'll like be able to feel that your hand's like kind of cold through the glove before smiling and nodding. Don't worry about it. Lots of clientele here, hour of the night. And you don't look like the kind who'd start a fight with a werewolf, so we're probably going to be great. She will turn her attention next to Angelina.
Guten Tag, Fräulein.
At which point she will switch to German, which I'm not going to do an impression of because I can't speak German for shit. But she will introduce herself properly in German before taking a hand and courting a bow for you. It's not perfect German, it's a little bit off, but it's close enough.
Still, it's probably somewhat refreshing.
Passable high school German.
Better than that, probably like I did German at college, but haven't had a reason to practice it for a while.
I'll dip a little nod and likewise proper introduction.
Excellent.
I did not know you were such a cunning linguist.
She will begin.
I
She will
have-
ruin whatever like sensible outward appearance, like a business assistant appearance, by immediately snorting like an infant.
there's a hand in the air right behind Rose's head. I am determining if I should smack her for that.
Bring it, bitch.
Hello.
Hey,
I choose not to because I like you, but you're thin ice. Thin ice.
I should remind you, there's no violence on the premises, lest you provoke the wrath of the werewolf bouncers I've got.
It's a slap, and you own a strip. You own a BDSM strip club. For
Yep.
all anybody knows, it's just rough foreplay.
clean
I
consent.
ain't consenting.
It's the name of the game here.
I didn't consent to that suffering.
And you know what? That's true. But sometimes music comes on and we don't all want to hear it.
I'm gonna stand in the corner while you mope over that fucking atrocious pun.
Presumably you'll want to go into like the actual main portion of the club. Right now you're all in like the basically the employee lounge.
Yeah, I'll stay in the employee lounge while everybody's still talking here.
If you want to keep an eye on things, there's the security room.
Oh, makes things easy. Yeah, I'll go to the security room.
It's probably not a massive room considering like on the ground security is already pretty fucking great considering it's, you know, like ghouls and werewolves.
Always good to have things recorded though.
Correct. And there are two types of recordings that occur. There are stage recording screens which you can see as well, right next to the actual like room security recordings.
I have a feeling that your security is lacking for several reasons.
How so?
Well, you've got the stage recordings right next to the video feed.
They all
Yeah.
look like Randy from that one episode of South Park by the end of their shift.
They're dope. There's like like wipes in a bin, sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I hope you hire gay security because otherwise they're gonna be rather distracted.
Well, I mean, they do hire gay security, but also a lot of gay shit happens, so...
Why?
know,
Because you lose
When you're around this stuff so long, you can focus on the job.
I mean, yeah, but
They don't even have a wiggle anymore.
anyways, I'm going to sit in the security room.
Sure. There is, like, a weapon on the inside of the door in the security room. You can see, like, hooked up onto, like, a little ledge thing is a sawn-off shotgun, but it's got, like, beanbag rounds loaded into it.
Since nobody's around to hear me do my little Obi-Wan voice, to give guns are such unsophisticated and unwieldy weapons.
Of course.
You can feel Gideon's disappointment.
You're not here. You're Yakuza hunting.
And you haven't missed anything yet, mostly just talk and recap and going through aspirations. I double-checked yours, presumably you don't want to change any of your aspirations, they all have pluses in them.
I think I'm pretty solid on my pluses.
Cool.
I have Turkish taffy. Nom.
Yes.
In fact, now that you're back, could you give me a dice roll for your hunt for a ghoul? You're in the Yakuza place. You can use either Streetwise or Socialize, combined with, guess, Presence or Manipulation or Wits.
So you said, what are socialize?
Streetwise or Socialize, which I see are both ones for you anyway, so. Present Streetwise. Let's see it. You have a +1 because you've done some prequel work on this before. And you're familiar with the area, which helps.
Hold on, the screen just wigged out for me for a sec. Okay, it's back to normal.
Okay. Alright, one success. It's probably gonna take you an hour before you come across a, it's not really a hole-in-the-wall bar, but it's a bar that you enter by going into, like, downwards lending stairs. So it's like a basement bar. Above it is a normal, like, house, almost. Probably more like a shed, semi-detached. There are a couple rooms inside it, but, there is a bar that's a little staircase down. When you head on into there, you see a number of people with familiar Yakuza tattoos. And most importantly, you can see that in the middle of this bar, surrounded by a handful of tables and chairs, is a bare-knuckle boxing ring. And you can immediately smell, like, blood and sweat and violence.
Oh, by the way, just during this hunt, I think I'm gonna be blush just so I don't know, slightly less.
Fair enough. Yeah, and even as you enter, you can see a couple of people throwing down. There is a member, like a bouncer, looking at you, but you look like a tall, creepy old dude and not the kind of person who's about to go whipping out weapons and shit. So he'll just give you a nod towards, like, where people are doing some betting at the tables.
I'm an old albino man who's dressed like Capone, who looks like he's been through a fucking blender.
Yeah,
I look like I halfway.
He's not about to give you a pat down. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Do you approach the betting tables? There is also a bar with a bartender, familiar Japanese-looking descent.
Sure, I will go to the. Sure, I'll put a little money down. Put a little money down on, and go to the bar.
All right. There are two people you can bet on. They look like they're just getting started. They're like halfway into round one and throwing a few punches. Do you want to analyze them? See if you can pick out a winner.
Sure.
Wits composure, and if you have a knowledge of brawl, you can add those dots.
Yes, I do.
Go for it. Okay. Anyone success it means there's someone here who he already takes like a couple of blows, but he looks like he's taken them a little bit too easily. He's turning his head into it, and you almost suspect that he's trying to make it look good, you know, work the betting up. We're still in early rounds, but this guy is trying not to get too far ahead. He seems like he actually might be the one in the know, even though he takes a wicked one in the ribs.
Sure, I'll put some money down on him.
Alright, there is a sort of like thinning-haired Japanese gentleman, probably like 50 or so years old, a little bit overweight. He's got a cigar that's halfway finished, resting in an ashtray, and a couple of half-empty shot glasses. Well, sorry, empty shot glasses and a half-empty beer glass resting there. Yeah, he'll take your money, quickly scribe you up a receipt. There isn't a single lick of English on it, but, you know, presumably he's written down the name of the person who you're betting on.
And I will go down to the bar to watch.
Excellent. Bartender sees that you've put a bet down and will slide a customary drink your way. It looks like sake, and it's from a bottle that he's pulled out of what appears to be like a couple-inch deep water basin that's being kept warm by a low, like electric heater.
I'll take it, but not drink it. Just watching for now.
Fair enough. The fight goes on for a little while. Looks like they're into 3 rounds before, yeah, the guy you bet on previously starts taking more and more of an advantage. There are definitely a couple of occasions where he actually does get caught off guard, like catches a wicked elbow or a chop here or there, before he manages to bound up in a pretty hard armbar. He doesn't tap out, and then there is a sickening crunch noise. At which point a number of people watching throw up their money. It wasn't a huge crowd betting on them, but it looks like some people had, you know, followed along with this show.
So the guy I bet on broke his arm, or he broke someone else's arm?
the guy you bet on broke someone else's arm.
Wonderful.
When he stands up, you can see he's just like he's dribbling blood from like a split lip. He's got like a nosebleed that's halfway stemmed, and he's probably gonna have a really mean couple of bruises on his body when he's done. But yeah, he just sort of wipes himself down. He gets a cut of the bets, and he'll take a seat at the side of the bar.
Very wonderful fighting there. Though, I could see it wasn't your best.
Hardly going to give the people my best when it is in middle of the night on a Thursday.
Of course, you're a pit fighter. You have to see the money change hands somehow, whether you get hurt or not.
You have the right idea of it.
So, are you the best fighter that in this building?
Probably not the best, but definitely the smartest.
Oh.
There are some people who are just bigger, harder, faster, and stronger than me, but they'll tap his temple. Looking for your smart money or looking for me?
Of course. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't completely win themselves within the first few rounds. You goaded him into winning himself. I appreciate that.
I'll nod faintly. Alright then. And what is it I can do for you, since you seem to have been eyeing me up when you entered?
Oh, just for now I'm looking for people.
People for a job?
Let's just describe it as steady employment.
I'd be careful about that. All of us are, otherwise employed. At which point he'll lift a, slightly torn, sleeve and reveal his gang tattoo.
I've been in this city for a few months now and I still have no idea what those tattoos mean. I'm assuming some sort of affiliation.
Correct. We're all in the same gang.
Affiliation. Wonderful.
Reason I tell you what, if you're looking to hire any of us for, well, outside work, he'll pause, patting himself down and realizing, he's just finished brawling, he's got empty pockets. He'll wave over the bartender and write an address and a phone number on a card for you. I'll do any job as long as you pay fair. Just keep us away from the Russians.
Oh. If I find someone who I wish to hire, the Russians would no longer be a problem.
Don't quack around. Alright, well, whatever you say.
What is your name, boy?
Boy.
Boy. Let's see here. My name is Yuto. And what about yours then, old man?
You may call me Gideon.
Alright then. Well, Gideon, I am going to get some sleep after all of that getting knocked around.
Oh, yes, I suppose sleep is a bit of an issue, isn't it?
You will smirk, nod, and get up. You have been left with the contact details for some kind of fixer in the Yakuza. You're welcome to write that down anywhere. You have met Yuto, the bare knuckle boxer. Well, bare knuckle fighter.
Do I still have time to continue hunting for a prospective ghoul, or do you want to go back to the main crew?
You have already done your role. Like, one success is some progress. But we are going to jump over to the other group. Where we left them off previously, they were ready to start looking around Rose's club. And indeed, DCL, you have the best view of the place from the security room. You can see that the bondage instructional show is going well on the stage. There are a few people watching. Unlike some of the busier nights, they've actually got some like tables close to the stage so people can watch it. Although there is still a clear like a dancing space, it's just not being occupied right now. The bouncers are wandering around and paying attention to people. And there are a few that you like readily recognize by either their massive stature or hawkish features as werewolves or vampires, or like otherwise influenced by appearance ghouls.
Fair enough.
Would you like to give me a wits composure roll? You have a -1. You're looking for a TV screen. You might notice anything useful.
Man, step up your monitoring software. You should have a higher wits composure, not a negative.
Hey, we have great monitoring systems. You're just distracted.
Am I?
You can see someone being tied up in a beautiful, like, butterfly bondage, like the arms behind the head.
And another picture, and another image, just a gigantic gyrating ass.
You missed the aspiration for ass.
Aspiration.
But yes. Alright. So, I don't say anything wrong.
Well, we'll get to that in a bit.
Okay.
As for the rest of the group, you are able to, head into the actual fucking club and have a look around. Rose, I take it that you're going to do your typical Majesty trigger, yes?
Not yet.
Ooh. Okay.
First, I am going to check the schedules for last week
Okay.
and see who's like on call, and see if they're here today.
Roll me one. We'll go the D4 just so we can pick one of them out. It would be Lena Sage.
Ah, good old woof woof.
Yep, you're Borka.
Let's go talk with her.
Yeah.
Not gonna Majesty though, because it's a quiet night.
Fair enough.
Well, not a quiet night. There's anything but quiet nights.
Of course. Apart from, like, there was once 1 month you had a sensory deprivation play day, and it didn't really go too well. It was interesting and different, but no
People
one
don't
wants
go to clubs to hear nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll keep those headsets around though for the quiet club nights where we just pump music into headsets, into wireless headsets for people.
Oh, those are so weird.
You take off the headset, it's just like dead fucking silent.
Those are.
That would be so fucking weird.
Yeah, I've never seen one.
But you can
personally.
actually have like conversations with people.
It's a definite something. But okay, let's see here. Screen. Because there are two people that you recognize immediately that you've been keeping an eye out for. It would be Jack and his brother.
Jack and Jack's bro.
Yeah. and they are surrounded, actually, by people that they're in a conversation with a little bit off to the side of the stage.
Huh.
It's not hard to eavesdrop on their conversation, considering Jack's voice is a constant death metal growl. Yeah, no, you can't really have conversations quietly with with Jack.
I don't remember Jack. I feel like I should.
Oh, you never talked with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was the only one that talked with him.
Okay, so this is not something. Yeah, I looked at that token and I was like, how did I forget this character?
You know, these guys are from a band called the Carnival of Blood, and they're in town for a show, which is actually in another day.
Fair enough.
They're both currently there having a conversation. Lena is watching them with a faint frown on her face, although she's trying not to show it. You're able to pick up on it, considering it's one of your goals.
Yes. Let's go over and have a chat.
Cool.
I see the death metal people are back.
Yes. Yeah, they've been here for a couple of hours, and it looks like there's some, I guess, groupies have turned up.
Well, more business for the club, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, they're buying drinks, occasionally dancing. But they're mostly hanging out with those band guys.
They've been keeping it appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't done anything, like, totally untoward. There are people who look like this place wasn't really their scene, and they haven't stuck around since. It looks a little bit, religious, I guess.
Yeah, that would be girl in the yeah, the big guy.
The question mark?
Yeah, I didn't want to say the dude who looked like he fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down,
Yeah, of course.
but
Yeah,
the
alright.
big one.
You just need to see what a real Nazi looks like.
I forget what was...
Anyway,
So there's two. I don't actually have Jack's type down. Like his brother is Deva male, and there's the Virgin who is Deva, and then there's Struggle Snuggle, who is a shorter
Awesome.
being of indeterminate gender that looks vaguely more female.
Oh.
That's the drummer.
I thought Struggle Snuggle Nas was like super tall.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. I've not gone with Jack. I feel like he has Majesty out of Bloodline.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Let's go with Maquette.
Makes sense.
Is a Maquette man of wisdom. That okay?
Alright.
Yeah. Is there anything I can help you with? Seems weird that you've shown up, especially with company. She'll sniff in the direction of your two companions. Angelina, so you're looking directly at a big werewolf woman.
Yeah, they're part of my pack, I guess you say.
Ah. Like the other guy, the smaller black dude.
Yeah.
Right.
And the ugly one.
Have I met him?
Hmm. Yeah, this probably isn't his place. But there's an ugly one too.
Fair
Anyway.
enough. I'll keep an. Well, that sounds like a way rude thing to keep an eye out for, but fair enough.
You'll know him when you see him.
You will smirk faintly.
Old-fashioned guy.
Okay. I mean, they're
Hideous to look
they
at.
turn up occasionally when they're looking for food. Grin faintly. Yeah. How can I help?
Yeah. About a week and a couple days, a lady came in. I will describe the lady.
Okay.
Kind of a titty monster.
I mean, those have been known to turn up around here. I believe one of the members of your party has a picture of her portrait.
Hey, who's got the picture? Or did we all get it on our phones?
Geralt opens up the briefcase, takes out the folder.
Yeah, she's like temporarily twitchy on seeing your briefcase. The thing smells like a gunfight. She will accept it when you hand over the image.
Hmm.
Let's find out. And then we'll take away 2 for time. 2 successes. Yeah, I guess I recognize her. Seen her at least once, maybe twice.
Hmm. You recall her interacting with anybody here?
Oh gosh, who wouldn't have interacted with her? I mean, you will indicate the image again.
And Rose will go like,
Hmm.
hold out a couple chestfuls in front of her.
Exactly. Yeah, she was popular. Probably why I remember her. You generally have to keep an eye out just in case someone thinks they can get away with copping her feel. They didn't, they were all polite with her.
Yeah, we're investigating her disappearance.
Those all wrinkle up at that. I see. And what, you think it was someone here at the club, or just tying up loose ends?
Well, she was last seen around here and around the another club in town.
I don't know. If you want, I can ask around.
That'd be nice.
Have you got other copies of this? She'll hold up the picture.
I have one more.
Okay, well, hang on to this for a bit then, if that's alright, and ask around. Let's see. She's got more ass kicker dice than social dice, so we'll see how this goes. At least people will be less inclined to lie to her face. And that sounds about right.
I hope I have not missed a
Actually-
I have been hoping Bob.
That's
Helping
okay.
Bob.
I was gonna ask if I could do something to help her.
Oh, go for it. I'm happy to add mods onto that.
Yeah, I want to try some ore specs to give her a starting.
Okay.
Going to try beast's hackles.
Sure. What would you like to discern?
Well, unfortunately, with Beast Tackles, I only get one question anyway. I would like to try to figure out who here is most likely to give us what we want.
Hmm.
Just tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Tall, powerful gravel boulders.
See, I knew these two plot lines were gonna interconnect.
I mean, it's not like the fucking mission is called Ever Met Detroit Heavy.
I
something.
know. We don't know that.
This is true.
Like our character doesn't know that we do.
I'll just mention that.
We'll frown a bit. Even as she like nods in the dude's direction. I mean, sure, gravel would be a way to describe his voice.
See, they the only people that would fit that.
Give me a wit's composure.
Excuse me. Wits, composure, trained observer.
Sure. You're casting your eyes out across the whole room.
Eye.
Eye. Well, I mean, eyes. You could be looking for spurts,
It's true.
for spookers. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, there's someone who's in their company who is, I wouldn't say similarly hench, he's a lot wider than he is tall. So he sounds like he's got quite a bit of a gravel voice, and you can see he's got one of those smoker's plugs. Sorry. But he's a brick. House.
Ow.
Just letting it all hang out. Give me just a moment. I need to pick up a
So what
fresh
you're
drink.
saying is that the boulder has a gravelly voice.
The boulder.
See?
Yeah, brother. It's the boulder.
Did my internet just die?
Nope. Or did it?
No, we just wanted to be quiet to give you a scare.
Didn't. I thought somebody went AFK.
Yes, Scow.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't going insane.
Wait,
I mean, that's not necessarily true, but, you know.
Who
That's
are
not
you?
necessarily not true.
And back. Sorry about the wait there. Need a little as well. Mostly caffeine has gone into my body. My eyes are still like just itchy, burny. They want to spend more time closed than they are getting.
I know that feeling.
I feel like we all do as adults who live and exist.
I pinch and poke my eyes to make that go away.
You shouldn't do that. They get pink eye.
I am indestructible, except my okay.
Fair enough.
I can't make the claim that I'm indestructible anymore.
No, you've proven that there is at least portions of you that are explosive, basically.
It's like a Prince. It's like, what the fuck you call this? A Prince Rupert's drop.
Sure. I remember seeing like the bullet hit that. It was pretty cool.
Aye, the fat part is damn near indestructible, but if you touch the tail, boom! Very dramatic.
Yeah. The tension, shatter.
Oh, that Marilyn Sakova is sure doing well for herself. Sorry, I glanced over at Discord at a bad time. Woo. Spicy. So, what do you do?
Merlin Shakova?
Focus.
There you go. Anyway, what do you do? For her own check, she can go over there to that group and ask. I can give her a +1. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, we'll have her go talk to the smoker guy.
Oh. Okay, so she's approaching it with a whole 1 success. She's more used to spooking people. Are you going to wait and observe? And if so, are you gonna, I don't know, like act natural and shit? You're just stood in the middle of a bar right now. In the club.
And we'll go, get some pseudo drinks.
I mean, you don't need to take pseudo drinks. You can just drink.
Well, then I have to puke it up later.
No, because you are 100% blushed. It's enough time to
That's
pass through your body.
true, but then I have to pee.
This is true. But again, you spend an entire day blushed. I'm afraid that you do actually have to do that stuff. And such is the cost of things. You could probably put it off. You could de-blush and put that in the holding tank, but like, no, I'm afraid if you process, then you process.
Yeah, but I just gotta not take anything in.
This is true. If you avoid it, you'll get to avoid it. No worries. But yeah, you can get what are effectively just sniffing drinks. And DCL, you see the group, they go up to and talk to the attractive-looking huge werewolf woman. Show her a photo, they have a chat, and then they all wander off to the bar while she goes to speak with them. Let's see, what was your check before? It was a 2?
It was a 2.
And then I am going to drop a handful of these bitches in. You beat a 2. You notice the fat smoker-looking guy reach for a knife before stowing it again.
Who was next to him when he reached for it?
He's just like in a crowd of dudes, but he's looking in the direction of the approaching bouncer, but he apparently appears to have decided better of pulling the weapon.
Nice squint. Needs more investigation.
Yep.
That smoker dude, do I have any recollection of who he is?
No, you've never seen this dude in your life.
Where is he located?
They're just like off to the side of this club, a little bit away from the instructional show that's going on. Opposite end of the bar.
Let's get some closer inspection going on. I'm gonna leave the room, and I'm going to try to blend into the crowd and keep watch on him.
Okay, sure. Are you going to be investing your special powers?
Yeah, I'll invest special powers. Does Face in the Crowd cost me Vitae? I'm pretty sure it does.
The basic one?
Yeah.
No, I think that's free.
Mm-hmm.
Correct,
Oh,
it's
okay.
free. That's why I figured you were
Yeah.
okay with denying yourself the
No, I
expenditure
thought
of
that was
Vitae, because you're...
I thought that
Yeah, I
was.
was about to say most tier 1 powers are free.
I thought that was Vitae. I thought I was gonna already have to break it. I was just like, I couldn't. I could try to not break it. My 1 dot of stealth. Let me tell you.
I'm not exaggerating, right? Most tier 1 powers are free.
You're right.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, they're maybe 50-50 even.
No,
yeah.
no, because the physical disciplines swing it very firmly into the first. Like, you can do free stuff with all of.
What do you call those powers, though? I thought you were speaking specifically of a vampire power.
Yeah, those are like the physical vampire powers.
Hey, they at
Like-
least give you stuff for free, even without spending Vitae.
Yeah, like celerity, resilience, and vigor all give you permanent free stuff.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'll go face in the crowd and keep an eye out on this guy in person, close.
Sure. Can you make a test regardless? Because there are people who are good at seeing through this kind of shit. It is contested.
Sure.
I believe
what would
Face in the
test-
Crowd has a registered, like, roll-off block. I can't remember what stats get used, though. I can double-check for you, however. Open my vampire book. Mers might beat me to it.
Yes, I'm already there. If he's doing something that would draw attention, including but not limited to being violent, everyone around him makes a reflexive wits plus composure minus the vampire's obfuscate roll.
Alright, what's your obs?
4.
Okay. Good job, specialist, in your 2 dice. You get to throw at this situation.
I fucking called it. I
It
said it
happened.
in my head.
It happens. You're right, yes, you do not roll. It's only counter-rolling. Okay, let's see here. You, like, face in the crowd and you open the door and you're not used to anyone ever looking in your direction. But maybe just for a brief fucking moment, Jack looks up at you. Like, his eyes glance in your direction before he returns to the conversation that he's in.
Eyebrow raised. Used to that. Not. I feel so salty about that.
Sadly, Auspex and Obfuscate are on this dude's abilities.
Doesn't he have to have them active? I don't know how Aspects works, actually, to be honest.
Depends. I suppose it's okay to say, in his case, by default, when people are trying to avoid notice by the use of powers, like, he just gets to look at them, as though as though they weren't specially magicked up. So he still has, like, he would have had more than, I guess it was 6, would have had more than 6 dice if he was actually trying to look for people, but his just, like, default is 6, but then that loses 4.
Well, my salt's being caught this side because he's ruined my ghost playthrough now. I'll go over and start telling.
Please,
the guy with the
every playthrough is a ghost playthrough if there are no witnesses after.
I mean,
You
you're
ain't
not
gonna
wrong.
get caught if there's nobody to catch you.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also I cannot just start randomly murdering people.
Yes, we frown upon that sort of thing.
So yeah, I'll go over to Mr. Smoker and keep an eye on him.
You
Yeah,
can't just
sure.
throw a body into the canal and expect no one to talk. Like the good old days.
I'm fucking giving her an invisible peach. Oh no, ghost boner.
The Phantom Boner. Why?
People would just see her like getting super
Super into
horny
it,
and
no
just
one
getting
touching
off
her.
with no hands.
That would actually be pretty fucking cool.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
Job. Ghost. Ghost blowjob. Woo woo.
Woo, woo. It's more like a train. Ghost blowjob train. Alright, okay.
So is that like the cousin of the Soul Train, or
I mean, they ride the salt train when they give the ghost blows. Anyway, you approach so that you're closer. Are you trying to get into earshot of her conversation with the werewolf? Who, I mean, you recognize her. You've been to this bar before, and she's been a bouncer pretty regularly. Lucia, are you getting close enough to actually hear them, or are you just observing?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get close enough to hear him.
Okay.
Sorry, I was messing with you.
Give me a wits composure -1. There's a conversation speaking over them, but you're a vampire with vampire ears, so you can do what you do.
It's composure. -1. 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, you can listen in. I don't want to do an impression of his voice because, unlike the death metal growl, I don't want to make my voice all hacky. Like, I can do death metal growl from fucking Dawn Till Dusk, but...
What are you talking about? You mean you don't want to do ugly hentai bastard voice?
Actually, for some reason, all my brain is doing, like, do Harry and Marv from, like, fucking Home Alone. Alright, kid! I'm coming up the stairs!
Harry, Marv. Oh, those fucking movies are classics. At
They
least
are.
the first. It's a shame that they didn't make another sequel.
Anyway, yeah, you can hear them talking, and he's like, no, I can't say I've ever seen her before. Oh god, I wish I had, though. She's beautiful.
Duck Brick Kid.
She'll frown a little bit. Like, well, okay then. You think any of your friends might have? Are they more regular? It's like, I don't know, most of us are from out of town. He'll take a mouthful of his drink. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go out for a smoke.
This motherfucker. What was he saying again at the start?
That he didn't recognize the titty monster, but wished he had because she's a titty monster.
No. So so he's saying he did see her.
No, he's saying that he wish he had.
Oh, okay.
Because goddamn.
Yep. Cause
He's going for another
got dang.
It does make me disappointed, but I'm wondering why he's still paranoid about going for his knife.
Good question. He's going out to smoke.
Follow him out.
Okay. I'll make a check for Lena to notice. Thing. She notices Jack notices you. But, like, obviously when she looks in the direction he's glancing, and this is admittedly your back, so you don't see this, but anyone observing that group over there would notice, like, she notices Jack is looking in the direction of something, and none of you can see what Jack is looking at either now that I think about it. It just looks like he has a weird paranoia moment. What you don't know is he's watching DCL, but now he's fucking gooned out. And all of
Fucking
you are like,
everybody
why is...
knows.
Yeah, like, he's looking in this direction where you are, and everyone who is looking at Jack is like, the fuck is that guy looking at?
Fuck. Oh man.
You're
Big boss would be
you're
ashamed.
making him look crazy.
Big boss would be ashamed. But
Yeah.
yes.
Just making him look like Rose. Rose is always looking at random.
This is true. You do pay attention to shit that ain't there. Maybe this dude can see spookers. But it's entirely possible it's the first assumption you make, Rose.
Yeah, but I'd look over there and not see a spooker.
I mean, you might.
Ha. Ha. Nice one, wizard.
Thank you.
I'm confused.
I wasn't paying attention enough to know.
No, good.
Slipped by me.
I'll
Alright, yes. You can... Nice. Okay. After which, like, Lena will head back over to you guys and announce that, like, Smoker Dude was a bust. He didn't seem to know her, and admittedly, she's not the best judge of character and that kind of shit. He didn't seem like he was lying. He looked nervous, but she makes people nervous. She's aware of that. She's big and impressive, and you could probably fry eggs on her abs.
Tac, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. Do you have any more requests to make of her? Like, she'll go talk to Jack for you if you'd like. Or you could. I guess he's now looking in your direction after seeing Lena walk back over.
Scout's talking to you, DCL.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
I'm getting messaged by a lot of people, and I
I'm
don't know
actually
why.
talking to Third.
Oh, I thought you were talking to DCL.
No.
That's why
No.
I was being silent and waiting for DCL.
No,
to
Lena
respond.
walks back over to you and
Oh.
says that, like, that cigarette guy was no good, didn't get anything out of it, but, like, now Jack is looking in your group's direction. So
Okay.
she's walked back over to you guys.
Well, let's drop this. I'll give Jack a wave.
As in a come hither, or just like a hi?
Yeah. Walk to the end of the bar and give him a wave.
Yeah, alright, he'll, like, look down at people he's talking to and then sort of shift through the crowd. See his big fucking crucifix jangle.
Hey there, is there anything I can do for you?
Hey, yeah, we're just, out of character. Should I just go ahead and drop it? Or,
Drop what?
yeah, we're looking for this person and see his reaction. Or,
Well, that's
it's a way to
your character. I don't have celerity, so
He's watching
Yeah,
you.
we're looking for someone.
Alright, who is it?
Goes by Luisa. Tits out to here. I'll gesture.
I've probably
Here, we
seen
got-
a few people like that before, but,
Got a picture. Hold it up.
let's see here.
Gauge his reaction.
Sure, everyone can make wits empathy tests. If you would like, I'll roll his first so you can have the negatives or the number to beat. Wow, the number to beat is 1. Me, you can spend willpower.
Uh,
Do you want to see how everyone else does
Probably
first?
that feels a bit cheatsy.
Yeah, feel free. Alright.
so
You want me to roll wits?
Wits empathy for reading this guy when
Yeah.
you show him the image.
Trained observer. No, that doesn't apply.
That's scoping out the contours, the room of his face.
this wouldn't be some form. No, it wouldn't be any form of investigation on his part,
No,
right?
no. You're literally trying to just read facial expressions.
Okay. Let's see if I succeed anything. Well, there you go.
Yeah, okay. So Angelina and Saul, the both of you, see a twinge of recognition in his eyes before he frowns.
I might have seen her before, but not sure where or when. This person been missing long?
Yeah, fair amount of time. She was last seen here at the club about a week ago.
Wait, Rose didn't say. Okay, Rose didn't say that she was missing. She said we were
I
just
said we were
looking
looking for her.
Yeah,
Sure,
like,
could be it.
so-
Could be a mistake that he makes, and he'll frown.
Well, we weren't here a week ago, so haven't seen her that recently, I guess.
So you recognize her somehow?
Yeah, she
Couldn't
looks
tell.
familiar. I don't know. Is she from out of town?
She's quite. Yeah, Archie would know that she's quite the local girl.
Don't know how I know her then. Sorry. I can ask around though.
Question: did any of the other of us see the guy drawing the knife, or was it just specifically?
Would have just
Just
been
looking at them.
DCL who got to look from like behind from a corner camera.
Cool. Okay, but he's not here, so
Yeah. This dude is unarmed, but Rose would be aware that that probably means he's handed over a lot of weapons to go in a weapons locker because he had like hand cannons and shit on him the first time he came around.
oh, see, that's interesting because she's definitely local. You recognize her. So something is off.
It's either that or I just recognize someone who looks like her. Definitely interesting and rare though. I don't know many people who look quite, so gifted.
Yeah, it's just been described as, rather crudely, a titty monster.
A fair description.
Look you over.
So, she's been gone for a week. I recognize her or someone like her. But I've only been here 3 days.
Now, can you rack your brain as to where you would have been able to see her or somebody like her?
Here, I would have thought.
Well, where is it that you were before 3 days ago? If she went to where you have come from, that would explain the discrepancy. No?
Well, we were about 60 miles north of here. Different town.
A city called New Haven.
That's quite a lot further away in Washington.
But we're kind of in a nebulous area right now. It could be anywhere in America.
Basically, you drive a bus into the hedge and you end up in San Pasado.
Oh God.
Everybody
We're
on
in
the fun
fucking-
bus.
We're in fucking Toontown.
I always thought we were in Baja. I thought San Pasado was in Baja.
Yeah, San
That's too far
Pasado.
south.
San Pasado exists in an entirely nebulous place that's coastal.
I thought we were like North California or Southern Oregon.
It would. As I say, I think I've said it before. Like it's close to those areas, at least climate speaking. Probably a bit colder than that.
But far enough so we don't have, what's the name again?
Southern Californians.
Well, I would say they're just Californians, but I mean those retards that collect old stuff.
Now, apparently, according to Stray, even northern.
Hipsters.
Hipsters.
Ah, yes.
Well, no, if we're
I
close to
mean-
Oregon, then I'm sorry.
We're West Coast. They're hipsters everywhere.
Hmm.
Yes, but apparently they're worse in Southern California.
Yeah, everyone says that about their own hipsters. Hmm. Yeah, he'll shrug. He came from a town like he said, like 16 miles north of here, which is a reasonable distance.
And you drove here,
Yeah, tour bus.
so you have a tour bus parked outside.
Not outside here. We got a hotel.
You wouldn't have happened to take an Uber.
No, we just walked from the hotel.
He looks kind of confused at your line of questioning.
Peeling away potential threats to see if we can cut it down.
Okay. And you think the culprit took an Uber?
Can he just say Uber one more time in that voice?
Uber.
We tracked it here.
That could be
And that would
anyone.
be not anyone if they're a vampire.
Do you think a vampire is the culprit?
We have
Just
reason to
looks at him.
believe.
Hey, you're the ones looking for explanations. Who knows? It might not be a vampire.
Well, that would put it down to A. Saul says this with rather disgusting his voice. Hunters. Or it could be werewolves, spirits.
Hey, I know all of those things.
Yes, and it all has led to this place, the clues so far. Unfortunately, this is a hodgepodge of multiple ones.
Don't rule out ghouls and geists. But at least you don't have mummies.
Mummies? You mean those things that we powdered our armor with?
Don't be silly. Those don't exist. I know he talked about a mummy.
Yeah. He'll just smirk.
So, currently a stand still.
I suppose
You
so.
recognize her. You recognize her or someone like her.
That's right,
But
yeah.
that's 3 days ago.
Yeah.
She's been gone for a week.
Yeah.
Is it possible she might have been one of your groupies?
I know that some of them can turn up before we arrive at a place.
He'll like nod to his like random groupies.
Probably like one or two of them, but I don't see them as vampire kidnapping capable.
I met Louisa, but
Right. Maybe
I have
we have a lot of
side
fans.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does anyone in your group have any form of mind-altering capabilities or memory?
You're talking to a vampire. In the company of a vampire metal band. We're all capable. Some better than others, of course.
Yes. but that's not an answer.
You're right, but I don't feel like answering. That's a bit rude.
Yes, it could. You recognize her because maybe you did meet her someplace, but then was altered.
No,
He looks frankly offended that you would even insinuate that.
absolutely not. Definitely. Certainly sounds like you're trying to insinuate a member of my band might have controlled my mind. We traveled together. We all arrived 3 days ago.
Yeah, his expression is
Very well.
now very much stony in your direction.
As you can see, we're still here at a very big question mark. If she's been gone so long, and you're early,
It does.
yet you have
It
memories.
sounds like you're trying to make a culprit of me. Indeed, I could just be
Trying to
wrong.
find a reason. Yeah, you could be, but I would like to find this.
I mean, if he was behind her
Woman.
disappearance, why would he then show up? Like, city.
He'll fold his arms and let you, like, muddle through this line of questioning. He's just starting to look a little bit annoyed now.
I don't like this guy as the culprit.
I should think not.
I never said he was, or
Tell you
never
what.
didn't insinuate that he was either.
If, for instance, then you're suspecting that it is someone I might be acquainted with, tomorrow's show might be the time. Get your hands on as many potential people as possible.
Yes.
1 second.
He'll, step away from you and approach his brother, who's still with the group. They'll exchange some words. His brother will, like, just start patting down a jacket and pulls out a fistful of, like papers, which he'll then hand off to Jack. He returns and holds them out. They appear to be tickets.
Here, 4 tickets, 3 for you guys and 1 for your invisible friend.
And he will smirk at that.
Yes, sir, Grant. Oh, he wandered off.
Ah, he has an admirer.
There is
Interesting.
perhaps one more thing you can help us with.
Go on then.
Would you happen to recognize this phone number?
No, probably not. I'll take a look.
Show the number.
This ain't the 80s and 90s. People don't recognize phone numbers anymore.
Yeah, he, like, pulls out his phone and scrolls through it.
No one on my address. Doesn't look like a local number, though.
Indeed.
Well,
It's not.
watch. Like, it's gonna be the Virgin behind it. It's not gonna be the scary, death metal growly dude. It's not gonna be the struggle snuggle nod. It's gonna be the meek Virgin. It's just like diablerizing people as they go. That's how she gets her rocks off.
Turns out she's actually an N.
It's okay. She's still a virgin if she consumes the souls of fellow vampires.
Yeah, drinks them through their dick.
Or the tits in this case.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Just starts
Apparently she has dick
motorboating.
nipples.
Did you just hear that fucking empty milkshake drink sound?
Blurp.
But yeah, can I roll, like, wits empathy specifically on him, for, like, whether he recognizes this? I feel like this is an important thing to, sense bullshit on.
Yeah, go for it.
And you want just, for, because this will probably be opposed, I'll throw a
I'll roll some dice for the sake of rolling some
Oh,
dice.
nice.
I mean, he looks confused.
But confused isn't deceitful.
Just in case, before I try this, I want to clear something up.
Okay.
If you attempt to mesmerize someone with dominate,
Right.
they're only aware if you get a dramatic failure, right?
I believe. Let's double check. Dominate. Contested, resistance reflexive. They don't have to if they choose. And use dominate commands. Blah blah blah. Okay, dominate. Dramatic failure, they reassert their will. They resolve mesmerized. Resolve further mesmerizes. Vampire can't get do shit. That's extended test. Where's the fucking short version of it?
Page 131.
140 something for the. Oh, it went to the condition instead of the power.
I mean, dramatic failure, victim sees through the attempt to control this.
Yep. Okay.
But failures just, they prove stronger willed.
All right. Yeah. Go right ahead if you would like to give dominate a go.
Yeah, I'll attempt to like catch his eye and mesmerize him for a second.
Sure. So it is versus his resolve and his blood potency.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's what? It's resolve. Got 2 of the up there skills, but it's not as special.
Isn't that like completely against the club rules?
Only if you're caught.
Massive.
But you're using it to enforce them. Also, you don't know what's going on. Shush.
Okay. He resists with 2.
2 successes. Okay. I'll roll a willpower.
Alrighty.
Damn. Alright. So I think meeting it failure. So I just failed to mesmerize him.
Yeah.
Since we clarified.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just going to try and implant a condition where if he saw her, he would call us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sadly, it doesn't seem to latch on, but he doesn't seem to be any aware of it.
And don't you need Dominate 3 for that, Third?
That's Iron Edict.
That's
Dominate.
the ruling, but you could Mesmerize can be used to make suggestions and stuff.
Yeah, it's just, having the ones where, like, you set up a precondition, that's entombed
That is a good point. Yeah, you would only be able to give a then and there, like, suggestion. You wouldn't be able to be like, if this happens, do X.
She first erection was successful. Say word. When he hears, yeah, that's like a, that's definitely like
Yeah. Her
a
commands
super
can't be
spy
longer than
thing,
3 or
but
4 words would also drag you out of being able to do much with that.
but the edict can be up to 3 sentences long.
Yeah.
Can include a successive series of actions. I mean, I suppose it's up in the air.
I mean, if you're using
It
Edict,
really isn't.
you could do it, but not with Mez.
No, I have the Iron Edict.
Oh,
so
you have Edict. Okay.
I don't have the Entombed command, which is more just like a trigger.
Yeah, you can't Russian sleeper agent though. That's quite fun. But you could instead say, if you meet this person, then call us. Yes. All right. Yeah, your mess does not take hold.
That's fine. I will continue with the line of, just if you see her, call us.
Yeah, of course. I'll ask the others as well. Can't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to throw uncanny perception at him.
Okay. I guess he's probably going to try and actively resist that.
But you can't.
Is there no active obscurance? Is there not an obfuscate that goes against uncanny? He has a shit ton of obfuscate.
Obfuscate is all like hiding stuff. Like you have to activate all those powers. There's no like passive thing for obfuscate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he's. Well, here's the question then. Like that. You know what? I'm gonna roll some dice and maybe I'm fucking with you.
I mean, does he even know that I'm doing it? Is the question.
I'm gonna roll some dice and maybe I'm fucking with you. Int, empathy, or specs? Alright. Ask a question.
Only one is a bit unfortunate, but I am glad third failed, because that would have just been embarrassing. Because the important question I want to ask is following up on like that idea Saul was having about him and having his memory altered. Like, is this person being controlled by someone else?
This man's mind is a fucking fortress.
So chances are no, but you never know. Fortress can be infiltrated after all.
CQC.
Penetrated, you say?
Yeah. He looks like he's a bit tough penetration.
I mean, it can't be that as hard as the Virgin.
Yeah.
She's
Well, no,
impenetrable.
Everyone knows the butt doesn't count. It's God's
Yeah.
blind spot.
Mm-hmm.
God's brown spot.
The Nurgle hole.
Alright. What do you do now then? Otherwise you've got 4 tickets to their show and he's gonna go return to his group. Wish you luck with finding her.
We have contact too with what's the word again?
Hey, you could have said you had a 5th.
Yeah, we'll just buy another ticket. Or
Yeah.
Gideon can obfuscated.
Fucking invisible vampire queue jumping assholes.
You get to go to any event.
At night.
Yeah, well, I mean, all the best events take place at night.
This is true.
I am quite skilled at obfuscate.
Yep.
I wonder if there are vampire
Twisted
conventions
tail.
places at
I-
night.
I have an actual specialization in it.
I do wonder. I was gonna try to directly ask questions to Smoker guy.
Sure. He is currently outside, leant on the wall and smoking. He's exhaling through his throat hole.
Yeah, figured. Yeah, I guess I'll just be direct. I'll
Sorry, didn't see you there.
Oh no, it's fine. I just wanted to ask you a question.
Ask ahead, kid.
Seemed a little jumpy back there with the guards. Couldn't help but notice you were packing some heat.
God, no one carries guns into this place if they don't want to get themselves fucking done in by that big bitch.
I guess that's fair. Although in your case you were carrying a knife.
Alright, smart guy, who the fuck are you?
That's unfortunate that you don't know. Let's just say somebody very invested in asking questions.
Alright, well, I'm someone invested in not answering questions. You sound like a fucking cop.
I feel bad because you're not exactly wrong, but it would help you more if you played along with me.
No, fuck off, kid. Trying to smoke here.
I mean, it's not like I don't know the owner of the establishment. They wouldn't be very keen on you trying to pull knives when somebody's coming by.
I didn't pull nothing. You can't prove shit. Now fuck off.
Don't need to prove shit.
A flash
Fucking club
badge.
is lame.
Look, all you gotta do is answer my questions and I'll leave you alone.
Look, I don't like someone coming up and threatening me. You got a certainly imperious tone on you for a little puke of a kid.
Dude, I'm like 25, come on.
You look like you're fucking 17 or something.
I mean, I'll take that as a compliment.
Alright, ask your fucking questions. What?
Why do you have a knife on you? Why were you so keen on using it?
I have a knife on me because it's fucking dangerous in a big city. And I wasn't keen on using it.
Eyebrow raise.
What? No fucking keenness here, kid.
How did he react again when I dropped my shadow? Like, of course he was.
He was fucking startled.
Yeah, of course he was startled, but
That's how he reacted.
wanna
I
make
mean,
it-
his hand presumably
I didn't see you there.
Yeah, his hand presumably did like that. You know, the few inches rotate around to the pocket, but you're also on like the side of his body where the knife would be, so it's not like his default is quickly present a weapon to this person in view.
I mean, it would have been telling if that was his
Yeah.
default.
Or maybe it would or wouldn't have. Who knows? He did not. His hand might have twitched in its direction, but he did not try and pull a knife on you for making him jump. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you startled him. He wasn't startled by the approaching, terrifying big woman.
Yeah. And I guess they've already gotten his name from the other conversation, so there's no point in me asking that. Is he a vampire?
Let's do human.
Oh no, he's human.
He's smoking a cigarette.
I mean,
I mean-
fucking the bartender drinks. Come on, man.
Vampires can smoke.
It's true. They don't tend to set fires to near their face, though. This is actually a cigarette. He's not vaping.
I mean, actually, that's a good point. I figure.
no,
how many
vampires do not fucking smoke. They don't care about vaping, though. They can do that shit all they want. It's just vapor.
I mean, I guess if they're fucking trendy enough to know what a vape is.
Or is vapes?
All right, fair enough. He's not a vampire. Is he a werewolf?
No. He's a human.
Oh.
He smells like a human. He smells like cigarettes, but he smells like a human.
I imagine Like, it just gets over that fear of lighting up each time. And you don't always have to have a big flame.
This is true, but it's also the fact that like inhaling like smoke is the part and parcel assistant of fire. Like inhaling that shit into dead lungs is a probable no-go.
Your lungs will become jerky.
I mean, they will anyway.
Alright.
Just
I was under the assumption that this was supernatural. My bad for making the leap, not paying attention to cigarette and fire bad.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about any kind of fucking knifing, kid. If you'll excuse me.
I won't stop him.
Thank you. And I'll resume smoking.
Go back inside.
Do you unface in the... Well, you unface. Do you face in the crowd?
At this point, there's so many... I feel like I've already blown my cover. So I'll just,
Yeah, what else can you blow?
You're trying so hard. Just for that, I will reface in the crowd.
Can I get a willpower back from my jester max?
Sure.
I'll reface in the crowd and go back. I'll feel Rose's narc and just be like, yeah, I'm a reface.
There's like there's like you can't see it, but there are like 4 ghosts holding up signs like he's over here.
I can.
Suck
feel this
that
narc
dick.
and go back invisible and return and return to the fucking shit. What am I trying to say? Return to the security room.
Nothing.
Oh, there's just like a ghost of someone who died in a cheerleader outfit.
Oh fuck yeah! It was a terrible cheerleading accident. She was at the top of the pyramid.
No, she was at the bottom.
And then Big Becky got on top.
Big Becky.
You're a little
No, I'm just reminded of the fucking movie Dodgeball where that guy gets his fucking head consumed.
Oh man.
A good movie.
Dodge a wrench, you dodge a ball.
That's a Houlihan.
Think I'd drink my own piss for fun?
Oh, I don't,
Good,
because it's sterile. And I like the taste. It's a good time.
And all
Anyway,
fucked in the head. Just
I haven't
FYI.
seen that movie in so long.
Poor
I should
Patches,
rewatch
he
it.
was very ironically crushed to death by a sign reading "The Luck of the Irish."
I have not seen Dodgeball, and it would seem that I haven't missed anything. Thank you, Snaggles, for that.
Okay. Is there anything else that you do in the club? The show is still ongoing. It looks like it's wrapping up for now, though. Yep. I promise that next week will be the 4th session. They'll be showing off some fancier stuff, combining it perhaps with a little bit of suspension.
Yeah.
Well, slight question. We managed to track the Uber's path of where it went, correct?
Yeah, it went from like a miscellaneous street in the city to here, and it went from a miscellaneous street in the city to here.
Is it the same miscellaneous street?
No, different ones. I'm just saying this so I don't like red herring the shit out of you guys. Like, you have the means to go into these locations, look at them, look them over, and then return again. But if I gave you a location, you'd go there and possibly spend a fuck ton of time on something that
Those
then turn out.
locations are not important.
Correct.
You're
yes.
not wrong.
This
Yes.
one is.
Like, I obviously I could let you guys do it, but I've got to give you a few gimmies. There are already red herrings that exist, and I'm amused by, but...
I'm gonna talk to some ghosts.
Sure, there are spookers of boots.
At least now you got date, a time, and some more shit.
Yeah. Let's talk with the cheerleader.
Sure. There's a cheerleader about Nearly 6 foot tall, toned, probably like 19 black girl.
Okay. Hey, you enjoying the shows?
I
All
always
that?
enjoy the shows.
That's good. That's good. Wonder if you could do me a favor.
Okay.
I'm looking for someone who's here a week or so ago.
Hmm.
Couple times.
You know that time gets a little bit funny for us, but sure.
I know.
All right, let's.
She's
let's see.
unforgettable.
Oh, is that so? You know, my
Show the
type is
picture.
more, hunky. Wow, she is stacked.
Yep. Been calling her the titty monster.
Oh, no kidding. Shit. I mean, I'm straight, but I'd be tempted.
I'm straight, but I'm not that straight.
Yeah, no one's that straight.
I'm straight.
They just
but
look comfortable.
I'm straight, but so is spaghetti until it gets wet.
Like a pair of warm pillows. Rest your head in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. How about I make a check and see if I remember anything?
That'd be nice.
Well, I guess I remember.
You don't have that good a memory, apparently. So that's good.
It's a bimbo. Fucking surprised that it wasn't a third single dice.
I think I remember her. She came in with,
What's it?
It was definitely a girl.
Okay.
She had short hair. And she was like a little bit Asian-y.
Okay. This is definitely helping.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Awesome. Do you think you could do me a favor then?
Yeah. What do you need?
You find yourself any giant, hunky, handsome ghost boys, then maybe you could send them this way.
Absolutely.
You're a doll.
Tall, dark, and handsome?
Oh, yes. The darker and handsomer, the better.
Will do.
Do a little clap and then shake some pom-poms for you.
Just gotta bring, what's his butt? Dimitri down. Get Dimitri laid in the afterlife.
Duh.
He's definitely a big fan of beautiful Rose Woman! Everyone's favorite
There you
werewolf ghost, Dimitri!
Was it Dimitri? I think it was Dimitri.
Da! You like to watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
You be Khaleesi, I'll be Khal Drogo.
They call my dick the mountain.
That rides.
Y'all need Satan.
No.
Fucking God, Satan.
Got a double dose. Alright.
Satan knows me.
So, I will inform the rest of the
Thank
party.
you.
When she came to the club, she came with a quote, slightly Asian woman.
A slightly Asian woman.
Yes.
Well, that's an extremely broad description. Anything else?
No. It's hard to get ghosts to focus on things that aren't, like, immediately, concerning to them. So.
So you don't know if it was a vampire she came with, or
No.
if she was bald, or she had like one arm.
Short hair.
No, any. Okay, there we go, short hair. So
There you go,
short
now
hair.
I've added that to the bottom of
Asian.
your Detroit Metal City document.
Does that line up with that that blurry thing from the Spirit of Surveillance?
That blurry thing could have been a woman, yeah.
Have been a short or small Asian woman?
Could have been, yeah.
But do we know if the one that she was supposed to meet her was a vampire?
There's no conclusive proof.
Yeah.
Right. So
I
she
could.
came in with the short Asian, and the only fucking vampires are blurred on photos.
Maybe we can check the videos. I figured DCL was doing that. 'Cause he was in the
No,
security
he was
room.
looking at us.
Yeah.
I was doing my job, thank you very much.
Yeah, you didn't check the security logs.
Well, I didn't, honestly.
Go to the.
You looked at a fat balding guy with a smoking hole in his throat. Momentarily considered drawing a knife because a big scary woman walked up to him, and then went, "I must talk to this man," and then forgot everything else.
You know, it was in context. You know.
No, it could have been. I definitely threw it at you because I feel childish.
No, it concerns me because I was just like, why would you ever pull a knife if an Amazonian lady walked up to you?
Maybe he
And
likes
that
him
was-
short.
And that's how DCL's mind worked. I was just like, that's suspicious because only evil people would do that.
You know what? Okay.
Only villains do that.
Only villains do that.
He looks like she could fucking eat me.
I'm now just getting this mental image of this guy as just like Danny DeVito's evil twin.
You know the guy
I'm
from
becoming
what was
pure.
that? What's the name of that fat fuck in the hole with the fries and the milkshake thing on the Adult Swim channel?
I know who you're talking about, but I forget him. I forget his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about too.
We all know him. We just
Oh.
can't remember his name right now.
I don't know. Anyway,
Yes. Let's check the security logs. Since DCL was not.
sure, you have a rough time and you have the date,
Yeah.
and you've got hours in the day with which to check. At some point while you're like going through this footage, Rose, you'll probably have an Emma who comes along and perches in your lap, and she's looking quite pleased with herself after you set Etienne on her for the day.
Carl,
Hmm. Okay. Guys,
Give me a
sort through
second.
these videos, please.
You can see that there is a very smug looking girl bouncing in Rose's lap.
I have the sneaking suspicion I am about to be occupied.
You are made
are you
occupied.
Poland?
I would try to pick her up and carry her away, but I have one strength, so I'm not doing that.
You are a noodle.
Yes.
In which
Just
case,
wait until I get 5 dots in vigor.
head chop exclusively for the purpose of lifting women.
Yep.
Do you want Gideon to take you to the gym?
I mean, I go to the club to pick up chicks.
consider
I can
DCL's
do-
give me a second.
I can lift all the women.
Gaim a second. Oh, a Gaim. Stuff. UI is being put together for the Menagerie game. Good.
So, in waiting for that, do you just want to pan back to Gideon?
Yeah, sure. Let's go back to the Gideon zone. God, my voice is croaky and it's just because of Smoker Guy, not fucking death metal. No kidding. I went to his voice and now I've gone all like phlegmy.
Flamular.
Here, Gasco.
Isn't he the guy who
Marketing
owns it?
Hunger Force.
I never really watched it, but doesn't he own like hotels or something?
Yeah, I think he owns like 3 motels, and that's what he lives off of.
Hey. Menagerie is Megaly? No, Menagerie is a porn game. I wrote some scenes for the very, very original of it. One of the first things I ever wrote for a visual novel. And it's getting remade by the same company with different people, including artists
fun.
from Kato Shoujo.
Damn.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm
That's
kind of
legit.
sad that I wasn't working on it, but I
Question.
didn't have time. Yeah, go ahead.
They didn't ask you to come back.
Huh? I mean, I'm working with the same company on 2 projects already. I did not have time to do that one as well. You know, I would have loved to, but I couldn't. Let's see. Alright, so, Gideon.
Hmm.
You got this dude's details. Are you going to use them, or are you going to reconnoiter with your companions at the club? Or are you going to do something else?
I'm just going to... I kind of like the flavor of the modern criminal. I will keep looking for now. But if nothing else, at least I have something to fall back on. I
Alright.
see promise in this city. I see promise in this particular little section of the city. But I have a feeling there's something much more.
I have to fucking just bring up a big old Yakuza 0 Let's Play or something in proper preparation for your dive into the Japanese style criminal underworld. Your attempt to do some shadow puppetry.
Ask DCL. He probably knows it.
Oh no, I already
Pretty much.
know a couple.
I've never played any of the Yakuza games. I heard they're good.
They're insane. They're just
Insane
fundamentally
good or
Yes.
insane?
Insane, and the answer is probable. It depends.
Like,
It's if it's your style of game, then you'll fucking love it, and it's ridiculous. But you also have to be receptive to the jokes.
Insane like Suda 51 or No More Heroes.
Give No More Heroes, I guess. Yeah, it's
Alright, cool.
a better direction of insanity. I don't know if you ever saw Sleeping Dogs. Very similar to that.
Alright.
Sleeping Dogs is fun. I might have to like reinstall and play that and stream that sometime. Game is ridiculous. Let's see here. But yeah, where do you go now then? What do?
I'm just gonna keep. I think I'm just gonna keep touring this particular area right now. See if I find any more promise.
Okay. Well, you've got a name and a number. You could always give that a go. You'd get put in contact with a Yakuza boss who's expecting you to be looking for work though, so that might be a cover that falls through going in half-cocked.
Maybe perhaps. I can't quite go in with. As you're right. I can't quite go in half cocked, and I need a bit of a cover. I would need a bit of a cover, But yes, I'm just gonna keep looking around the area and see if I find any more promise.
Sure, give me wit streetwise.
Don't you mean presents or what have you?
Yeah, not anymore. You've gotten into the right area, but if you're looking for like other bars and clubs and shit, you have to start picking them out one from the other.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I'm back. What I miss?
Hopped over to Gidgeon time. Of
May I spend a willpower?
course. Greedy time. Yeah, the stuff you missed, DCL, was while beginning to look at the footage, Emma came and perched down in Aurora's lap, and then she was like, "You know what? You guys look at it. I've got to do stuff."
Yeah, you guys take care of the whole surveillance thing. I'm gonna go
Do things with my penis.
Got a penis.
Yeah, Rose isn't a trans lady.
No.
Etienne is.
Yeah,
that's what- that's where
Speaking
my-
of,
No,
NACL.
shut up. Job.
Okay, with 2 successes, you can find a couple more like places, but let's see here. There's a particularly large restaurant that's, you know, from the outside a quite sensible looking place with like, you know, normal people and or some tourists like entering it, but
It seems too normal.
I mean, there's like, you can definitely like make out that there's just one of these waiters, just barely you can see their tattoo is showing just because it's vibrant and colorful through their white sleeve, so they're probably Yakuza as well, but who knows? There's like a whole lot of just like businesses, a majority of which are food and drink and sort of just Japantown style stuff. A little bit low income housing, I suppose. But no one's doing anything super duper obvious. At least until you see a trio of people walking down the street. They're in a collection of yeah, quite nice suits of their own. Not your quality, of course, but yeah, not far off. You can see there's a decent amount of jewelry on them as well. And people who walk past them are definitely being semi-deferential.
You know, I think I'm just gonna face in the crowd and follow them for a while.
Sure. Let's see here. You wanna tail them? Give me wits stealth, I suppose.
Would my specialization obfuscate apply? Stealth obfuscate.
Yeah, add a dice.
You said what? You said what? What was it?
Wits and stealth, and then add 1 for having a specialization in stealth obfuscation. Okay, yeah, you can trail them for a while. Eventually they arrive at a 2-story building. You can see the outside of it says Moneylenders. And then there is some Japanese writing beneath it. It looks a little bit run down from the outside, but they are not the only people in suits who hang around this building. In fact, you recognize this as a place that you have come to before to pick up, I believe it was a sword. Well, sword cane. It looks like these dragon tattooed individuals might have been gangsters when you got your fucking cane sword off them. Same dude, same building.
This is seeming promising. I wonder what they're up to.
Typical everyday criminal shit, presumably.
The Yakuza is actually very polite to when directing people away. They're not the usual, what's it called? What's the word again? They're not the usual, like, oh, burly, scary, stuff like that. No, they're actually very professional and courteous. When, like, you're not supposed to be here, please, if you're looking for something, go this way. I can
Yeah,
give you
I mean,
directions.
right now he's
Yeah.
facing the crowd though. Like that's not a consideration or something he needs to care about. So like he can see what they're doing and what they're
No,
doing
this
is
is
You see, realistically, I don't understand how the Yakuza would work here, since the way the Yakuza work in fucking Japan is by getting in with the government in real estate and having like a Fox good reputation, which is everything American crimes down here do not do, unless they're just big business. Ho ho ho. But yeah,
yeah, but this
No,
is
I'm talking from-
yeah, you know,
I'm talking
it's
from-
fantasy.
just mentioning this from real life experience.
But yeah, no, in this case, not a big deal. You can stand there and observe them for a while. Also, at the same time as you're out there, like, you can feel a shift in the wind. It looks like dark, heavy clouds are on the approach. It'll be rain in another half an hour or so.
How wonderful. A good time.
Hey, what, can you roll me a chance die?
Uh-oh.
Okay,
I forget whether that's good or bad on chance die.
Good.
it's good.
It's a success.
Success. You can only succeed on a 10 on a chance die.
Oh shit.
So, that's why it's considered chancy. A chance die occurs anytime a roll happens that is so improbable that it would technically be impossible. Or if you're waiting to see if the winds of fate are throwing something into the mix. In this case, I was like, let's just fucking see if something happens. Throw a chance die at it, and so something happens. Of course, as if it were one, something would be bad for you. But in this case, it's good. It's good. You get an opportunity to see a man probably 6'5", all broad shoulders. He's wearing a perfectly tailored suit that you recognize making. Definitely one of your more armored numbers, like just the folds of this suit have their own additional like little Kevlar sleeves. And like literally resting on his belt in plain fucking view is a katana.
My.
Yeah. He steps out of like a admittedly surprisingly like shit dingy looking taxi. And as he does so, some people from this moneylender's office come down, collect him, and then he will head inside.
I think they'd give me shit if I tried to go in.
Right now, no one would give you anything, although you'd have to get through a closed door while you're uncanny. Sorry, while you're faced.
And I'm assuming this isn't like a 24-hour thing.
No, this place does have closing hours, by the looks of it. And it is late, so it's probably not open for business, although it is still being inhabited.
What to do? What to do?
Well, technically, you saw a good customer who is very good.
Yeah.
Bought a very nice suit.
He's in one of your suits, large and apparently respected, judging by the fact people came to like collect him from his taxi and walk him inside, and you know he's literally wielding a weapon on his hip. You don't know if that's relevant socially, I suppose. Like you don't have a frame of reference for the Yakuza, or you know just fucking carry law.
Well, good customer service require a follow-up, wouldn't it? Eyebrow waggle.
Wiggle, waggle, wiggle.
Very true. I suppose.
It's likely you've
Yes.
got his contact details.
Could I possibly? Are there still gentlemen out front, right?
There's like one guy out front. He's like half squatted against the wall and he's drinking from one of those like travel cups for coffee.
Hold on, I just need to check something real quick because I think I got a vague idea.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna roll dex.
Can you smell
Sure.
what the Gideon is cooking?
It's his own bacony face.
It's a grilled cheese.
Would Obfuscate 2 Touch of Shadows let me open the door without anyone noticing?
Touch of.
So that extends the effect of facing the crowd to an object.
Yeah, you could. They wouldn't be paying attention, quote unquote, to the door when you're opening it to go in. Sure.
Wonderful.
All right, fine.
No, never mind.
You receive 1 willpower.
Good, I just spent it.
At
But
some
now I'm
point,
down.
it
Yeah.
gets kind of noisy on the other side of that security door, guys.
I believe
Don't
I.
worry, it's called reciting a few prayers underneath your breath and keep working.
Yep. Well, Gideon is spooking his way around. You guys do find some footage of a
Excellent.
aggressively hums Wagner. Nice. You find yourself though humming in rhythm. It's pretty good humming, but yeah, no, it turns out it's in rhythm.
So we have a German opera, a war opera, and
Yeah.
then we have a Jewish prayer going on at the same
Yeah.
fucking time.
What did
Well,
I?
some-
There's
Somebody's fucking in the background.
there's some percussion going on as
What did
well.
what did I come back to?
They're both just trying to drown out the sounds of the aggressive coupling on the other side of the door from the security room.
I mean, you
Oh.
guys should be impressed that my coupling is to the sounds of Wagner.
Yep.
Oh my god. So what do we find on the tape?
You find blurry footage of a individual whose assets and curvature you now recognize as Le Titi Monster, in the company of someone who comes like a little bit over her shoulder in height. They appear to be like, not holding hands, but you know when people's just like the backs of their hands are in contact.
Mhm.
About vaguely that close to each other, and they come in and they spend some time there. They don't do
I want-
anything particularly stand out. They sit
Is
around
she
and
blurry?
We
Yeah,
call
she's blurry.
we call that hand holding position the Japanese dry hump.
dishonor, bruh. Yeah, like they don't do anything particularly stand out, I guess, as part of why it just never really came up. Like occasionally people come and talk to them, because of course. But otherwise they like just sit around and pretend to have drinks and watch for a while. Lena is there at one point and like I think she just answers or asks some kind of question but leaves again. Like, again, she's not really involved in any kind of conversation with them. They just keep to themselves and they relax, and you can see that they're probably talking. A couple hours pass and they leave again.
I'm curious
In
about
what?
On, I mean, would you have front, like, they go,
Yes.
well, no, it's just like, how
What?
far would it go? Like, they don't go immediately to a car or something, they walk down the street, and I think they probably aren't in sight when if they get into a conveyance.
Hmm.
My question is, what's the point of not showing up on cameras if your smudge is so big? They're just like, oh, it must be the titty monster.
Well, blame the beast.
Oh my god. Only one creature could leave a smudge that big on video feeds.
Darcy blows. Actually, no,
What
that's
do you-
just the Steel Panther song about having sex with fat girls.
Yeah.
You're the Ahab.
Fat girls. She's
I guess, yeah,
everything I wanted
The
and
question
more.
is, are the video cameras also on the parking lot? And if they are, do they not?
They don't.
walk
They don't
off?
go. They don't go to around to the parking.
Okay.
They like exit. If you were to just imagine a straight street, they walk out onto the front pathway and then just like leave off to the right.
So we got the titty monster blur, and then one clear picture of a person, right?
Pardon, sorry.
Our titty monster's a blur, but we do have a clear image
No,
of somebody
the
else.
person she's in company with is also a blur.
Okay.
Taka.
Doing a
So we
fan
at least
impression.
know. So we at least know she was with another kindred. We saw somebody else come up to talk to her, right?
Yeah, like people come and make
Yeah, that's
conversation
us.
with them, and the werewolf bouncer, like at some point, has a very brief word with them, either to answer or to ask some kind of a question, perhaps. Or she, returns to doing her job, which is looking around and making sure people are having a good time and being safe, yada yada yada.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't draw massive attention to themselves, and then they leave.
Not much to go off of. I guess we can try tracing the way they left and hopefully see if there's any hint of evidence left.
You'd be hard pressed. They just walk down the street. And then God knows how far they've went and how many people have walked the street in the week since.
Yeah. It is a
But
problem.
there's a
is it not?
difference. Here's the difference, though. We have somebody who has access to worldwide background checks here.
Sure.
Spookers exist.
Again, they wouldn't be super useful. You'd basically just be fishing for like a chance die crit or something to see if someone recognized them or saw something. Like, people walk down streets all the time. That's not something a lot of ghosts are going to be paying attention for. Similarly, they're not the only vampires who would have walked down that street.
But I mean, she would have been the only vampire with tits that big walking down the street.
Which is why there would be a roll at all. But it's
Yeah.
the longest of long shots.
Oh man, to think what would happen if this was just a normally asseted person?
You'd have a lot
have no
harder of a
choice.
time. I'm not
You'd
gonna
have no
lie, it was
choice.
part of my decision making for the person's appearance for this was that they needed some kind of standout asset, and I chose 2 huge standout assets for her.
She's got huge tracts of land.
It's got great heaving titties.
She got 2 tracts of land and a pair of massive tits.
It's got great big brains.
She's a land baroness.
But yes, you do out else. When you
So
leave the
we
security
currently-
room, there are there's now a napping Emma, just like head resting on Rose's lap, and there's just a fucking like full blanket thrown over her. You're all vampires. You all have the senses necessary. It's probably momentarily overwhelming.
Rose is just taking a long drag from a vape.
Well,
Forget
we
it, you
so-
chase crowd. Clouds.
Well, at least somebody got their satisfaction.
Yeah, no, Etienne's waiting for you. TikTok, just tap my wrist.
Man, if only we were so dogged on finding this tent monster as we were on trying to get me to suck dick. We'd have this case done by now.
We're chasing up every lead.
And using every other second to make me try to suck Etienne's dick.
Yeah, clearly we're having bad luck because you won't suck the lucky dick.
There's a
One-
there's a giggle snort from the halfway dozing ghoul who then like rolls over on her side.
I want you to be quiet before you make that
I-
true, and I have to regret that for the rest of my
Suck
life.
the lucky dick. Suck
Suddenly
the
his
lucky
dice
dick.
karma just goes through the fucking roof. I wish I could like dock to roll 20 to be like, give it better dice.
Yes,
You
I
just gotta
just-
suck the dick
my
and then
hand
take a
on
merit
TCL's
one shot.
shoulder
Suck the lucky dick.
and
I look-
lead them out. Just lead them out. Just
Okay, I'm just be,
Yeah.
just leave, my boy. I'm like, okay, fine.
this
What'd you guys
I'm
find, by
just-
the way?
We're just leaving.
A lot of nothing.
Didn't find anything? Didn't find the Asian lady?
We found her, but they did not do anything. She's a vampire, but that is all the new information we got.
So we
How
have.
close? Question. Question.
Oh,
Hmm?
Can I, since I have the nice little memory there, what was she wearing? Anything distinctive? Anything more? Stuff like that.
Again,
Blurry
hard to,
clothes.
Yeah, hard to tell. She was wearing some blurs. Give me a fuck it. Give me a chance die. Maybe there's a brief moment of focus the camera achieved over that long period. Nothing that really stood
No.
out to you. It was dark colors at the very least, so they all sort of blurred into each other. So it's like maybe she was wearing a black jacket and black pants, and they were probably quite tight to her form. Very little in the
Okay.
way of loose or flappy, I guess, because that might have had a chance of not being caught. But yeah, no, she was dressed like a blur. A very attractive blur.
sexy
And the
smudge.
titty monster as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she was next to a smudge broad enough at the chest for two smudges of their own. Like the beast has to stretch in order to like cover up that much.
The beast
can
has to
just-
go all
you
lot
just
she's
see her.
on.
Yeah, you just hear the fucking. You can just hear the beast inside just same fucking slave sounds good like we shall overcome. As it's being stretched so much.
Yep.
Your werewolf did interact with her briefly.
Did seem to remember something. Not enough to, cement a memory.
Yeah, her successes were not that high. She was like when you're like, huge boofers, then she was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I spoke to someone with huge boofers, but she didn't fucking remember the other person she was with.
Well,
But presumably she was distracted by huge boofers.
Then I will head back and start doing some things that require a solid computer.
Right, EO. I believe you wanted to do a more in-depth hunt down on that cell phone in the security of your own little nerd den.
Yes,
Okay. I believe we'll...
which I can't really do here.
That's fine. I believe then if that's everyone's stuff here, You're all able to like go about your own business.
I'd like to check the vampire social grapevine, perhaps via the Carthian.
Yeah,
See
sure.
if anybody fits that description.
Short-haired and Asian-y. Yeah, give it a go.
Short-haired Asian vampire.
Go for it. Put a social task in and throw your Carthian dots on it.
Present socialize?
Sounds right to me.
Plus status Carthian?
Yeah, yeah. Throw your Carthian dots on modifier. Then no one rings a bell on being short-haired and Asian-y. Yeah, no,
See.
they're like, I mean, it could be a lot of people.
I mean, how many short-haired Asian ladies are there in the vampire community in the city?
Like, maybe two. They can direct you to them, I suppose. They're like, they don't stand out as some kind of abductress.
No, I'm not looking for an abductress. It could be the last person they saw. Just maybe they were abducted too. Who knows? Gotta check.
Fair enough. Your elder will ask a few people around and will let you know. His ghouls will try and acquire this information to pass on to you.
Meanwhile, while that's getting sent, I'm gonna go suck the lucky dick.
Sounds like a good time.
I will show DCL.
Are you going to be as mean as to send images and gifts to poor DCL?
Oh, you know it.
Of course.
I swear to God.
I mean, they're good images and gifts, though. You know, they're probably going in that gallery folder.
I mean, you say "God damn it," but you know you're saving.
No, you say "God damn it."
Look,
Really, you're saying "God damn it."
Look, I can be angry at the time of getting nudes and fap to them later, okay?
That's true.
Rage fapping.
Yeah, you have to blush just to come as well. So you have to really go to effort in order to have a rage fap. Like I hope you're aware that I am expend. I mean, you can't do it right now anyway. You'd have to expend vitae. Have fun.
I mean, I feel like I would have.
Oh,
a
you
special-
could. You could just have a. You could just have a really dry cum.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna expend.
Oh my God. You got that for fucking Game Grumps.
Oh my god.
No, that's complete.
No,
It's gonna complete.
you just hear. It just does a dry shot. You just hear poof sound.
Oh my God.
Just. Oh, it's quick, easy cleanup. You get a dust buster out afterwards instead.
Oh my God.
What are these?
Wait,
What are these marks? Have you been?
Is
Is this a fat line of coke? No, don't snort that.
I mean, you'll make a vampire very happy.
For vampires that are not flushed when they come, dust busting.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh. No, it's just a, you know, a roasted tin of dry nuts. Savage. Okay, so you can
Like eating a sandpaper sandwich.
Yeah, you can bomb poor DCL's phone with images of your good time. Essie and Emma, of course, they're excited to resume what you managed to like fucking dominate, sneak him out of in the morning. You basically used one of them as the red cape for El Toro, and then you know they had a great time. But yeah, it is what it is. They are somewhat more addicted to you than each other, although they, you know, obviously enjoy each other's company a whole lot.
I mean, that'll all change when we all become vampires.
Yeah.
And I teach them. We all get vinculum to each other.
But you can't if you've got a third stage vinculum. That's it.
Isn't there a thing where you could, like, multiple people could be vinculum to each other though?
No.
Oh,
There
Third stage
is
vincu-
there is one case. It's called the aberration.
No. That's not the point I'm getting at, Ram. Like, that's two people being. I'm pretty sure that's two people being vinculum to each other. Like, what I'm
Yes.
getting at
Oh,
is
you can
like,
only have one third stage vinculum?
Yeah, and once you get a third stage, you cannot get any other vinculums at all. Not first stage or second stage. Nothing.
Oh.
You'll have to like work out how to establish your triad.
Well, they can both be devoted to me. That's fine.
Oh wait, so you could have two third stage vinculums with them each, but they would not be able to be as addicted to each other.
An individual person can only have one third stage vinculum.
Right.
Okay. You can have as many people as you want vinculum to you.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Interesting.
And if you wanted to get hooked to one of them, it would just be the one of them.
What?
And that would probably be a bad decision to
That would be a
make.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
as well, because it would also break your vinculum chain with everyone else who was, all up on you. Or make a mess at least.
Well-
Essentially, you'd be like bestowing your main charactership on someone else. We're like, well, guess you're the top vampire now because you have an underling vampire with her own fucking web of them who owns a company.
I mean,
You become their safe haven one, and they become the new character.
oftentimes, like, new vampires will get vinculumed their sires.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not uncommon.
It isn't, but I mean, it's the idea of like you go to all of this trouble and you set up like a web of people who are all absolutely addicted to you, but you're the player character, and then you're like, and you know what? I'm gonna be addicted to that person there. Oh shit! You
It's
just
more
make
like
them the
when that
protagonist.
When that person gives you a quest hook, you're fucking doing that quest hook.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, as a Carthian, I can invest merits into fucking throwing off a vinculum if I want to.
Oh, what is vinculum, by the way?
It's the blood bond, another word for it.
Oh, because I've never heard it called that. I'm like,
That's the fancy name for it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about ghouls, but I'm gonna make sure you're talking about ghouls.
There is the Carthians can break it, and there is one particular bloodline that specializes in breaking vinculums. But those are two very rare cases.
I mean, there's also just dragon and crone rituals that can do it.
Oh yeah, there's the dragons. Long story short, it's pretty much blood waterboarding that can cleanse you of a vinculum.
Sounds
Well-
like shit.
It's not a good time, no.
No, but it's afterwards you're pretty clean of a vinculum, and you really don't want one anymore. Because the man in the white coat and the black latex gloves will fucking waterboard you again.
Yep.
Well,
It's more likely that you could all the three of you become second stage with each other.
Yep.
Which I mean, still sounds like a good time.
But then they'd have to never actually, like, drink from each other again.
And just the silent
We'll just amass a
edging.
harem.
A harem.
We'll just feed from the harem.
Great.
We'll fuck each other, but feed from the harem.
I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of arrangement where I have to then start being like, yeah, you're gonna have to make a will test and not just fucking munch because god damn, having a great time right now. You know they're delicious.
The key is not to associate the two together. Always do them separately.
Yeah, true. It would be you'd get like just to start accumulating bonuses, but I feel like there's definitely got to be that risk in there somewhere because that's what makes it fun.
And yeah, I do smell nice.
You do. That's the thing as well. Like, if you make them into vampires, they're gonna really want to eat you, especially when you're like good, sweaty, delicious.
But Same time, that's not. You don't want to get addicted to Vampire Vitae, so it's something you try to avoid.
Yeah. Fun. There is an absolute dichotomy. It's like, again, people were like, why are you just giving her a free merit? That doesn't seem to be how it works. I'm like, look at it. It's because it's a detriment. That I could do that all I fucking want.
Don't drinking vampire kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck.
When Rose hits that 5th dot, though,
Yeah, retire.
she's out.
Yeah. And not surprised.
She is going to retire to a nice villa
Condo
with
somewhere.
Rose and Etienne and a harem.
Rose will retire with Rose? Impressive.
Or Etienne and Emma, and
With Rose Jr.
Well, half
occasionally
aside,
contact DCL to come over and suck a dick.
I swear, today is DCL suck the dick session.
I mean, it's still, you know,
I mean,
it'd be sweet. You're kind of still like a godfather. Just a godfather who stops by for some dick sucking.
A cockfather.
the session's kind of split between people trying to get you to suck a dick and me stalking someone like the fucking Predator.
This is true.
I'm in no way contributing
Suck
to
the lucky dick.
that.
I am in no way also contributing to this. I am existing.
You know you want to suck that lucky dick.
Anyway, dudes. Saul, would you like to make a roll for going through the phone? At the same time, ECL, you have some time to yourself while everyone sort of splits off to do their thing. Besides receiving texts, what do you do?
I'm trying to think, because honestly, I don't know what I can do right now.
And you could just
Yes.
you could take some me time. I don't know.
Fill up your vitae.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I need-
Angelina's going feeding.
Yeah, I do need to go feeding, in all honesty.
Yeah, you can give each other a +1 mod on your rolls to get your munch.
Yeah, let's
wingman
get
for
some
each
sip.
other.
Let's get some sip.
Okay. And Gideon as well. You've done a bunch of stalking rolls. I don't know that I can make you do another one.
At this point, I'm kind of stealthing inside the building to watch this sword gentleman.
Sure. I mean, he just goes in and people are differential to him. You learn that his name is Furyu. You want to note that down anywhere?
Well, you should have the contact information.
He should as well. But like, you know, if he hadn't noted the name before, now he hear it. Yeah, he looks well respected, and he just goes around having not just like idle conversations with people. And then it looks like it's closing time and a bunch of people are gonna leave. He goes to a room and goes to bed.
Now, if memory serves, Cloak of Night, if I talk, that doesn't break things, right?
Cloak of Night.
I believe it breaks it for the person you interact with, but only them with cloak.
Yeah. Only the only the involved victim can perceive the vampire. So, for instance, you activate Cloak of Night and then, you know, like, break someone's arm. They would start screaming. You'd hear it. They'd know that you broke their arm and see that shit, but no one around you guys would hear them or see them.
Gary.
Yeah, fucking
I'm-
spooky.
I'm gonna fuck with him.
Okay.
This guy fucks.
What do you do?
Let's just start with, let's just start working with a little bit of Dread Presence. Fun fact, a little secondary ability of Dread Presence is I can make minor hallucinations.
Sure. What's it resistant
They can only
by?
be... There is no resistance. As a reflexive action, the vampire can conjure brief illusions of one person's food looks like rotten maggot-ridden, another raises steak knife to season murdered victim's head on a plate, one yada yada yada, pulls her hands away covered in blood. These illusions can only affect 2 senses each and must be small, no larger than a small dog, and no louder than a shout.
Alright, so what senses? What are you doing to this guy?
No louder than a bork.
Touch and sound.
Okay.
For you. Wake up, my dear boy.
We have business to attend to. Wake up.
Okay then. Can you very quickly give me a dexterity athletics roll, please?
Well, it looks like we have another person about to die.
I'm sitting. I'm sitting across the room in a chair and just letting this play.
Oh no, you'll want to roll that because the first thing he does is sit bolt upright and throw something. And this is to see if you get, like, a knife in the chest.
Is this guy a human?
Yes, but he, you know, is a Yakuza and he sleeps next to weapons and shit, and he just heard a, "Get up!" He just fucking goes, "No!" Gets up and throws his fucking knife in the direction of the evil feeling.
You want me to roll?
Yes, dexterity athletics, please. We'll see if you see him going for this, because he's not at his top. He's just woken up, but...
Come on, you're a vampire. You should take the knife just for intimidation factor.
Well, depends how high he succeeds.
Well, between invisibility and hallucinations, I'm hoping for something good.
Okay, yeah, you do not get a like knife in like the shoulder or something, but he throws it in the like vague direction of the creepiness, like you know you're basically like a cold spot in this room, like a blot of misery as you sink out with this dread presence. And so, you know, there's some animal instinctive part of his brain that's just like, there's bad over there, and he fucking throws a knife and it hits like a chair that you were sat in but a moment ago that you now stand beside. Still invisible, I assume. And he's just like, a lot of angry Japanese cursing. There is a knocking at the door. Again, more questions in Japanese, to which he answers before, like, sitting up properly, like, rubbing his face and getting up to go fetch his knife.
Do we get a Kisama?
Sama.
When he goes for the knife, he sees that it's rather rusted and eroded. And he just hears faint clapping over by his bed.
Nandato? Plucks the knife up and flips it end over end, and he blinks again. Like, it's not like it's a long-term manifestation, is it? So he just looks at it, and it seems normal again to him before he looks in the direction of this weird clapping sensation. Starts, like, poking a finger in his ear and grumbling something in Japanese.
I feel like you've been waiting for a genuine reason to be able to say a Nandato.
Nandakore?
I really hope this fucker actually knows something other than Japanese.
I mean, he's in America. He has to at least know some English.
I am a Yankee man!
People in America knowing English.
Don't you speak American? I am
Didn't know
a
you turned
Yankee
Republican
boy.
these days.
This.
Oh my god.
So I just make him speak entirely in loan words.
I like a hamburger. More ketchup, please.
And this is why.
Okay, this is getting bad.
This is why people leave comments saying I can't watch you guys. You're too racist.
Just from voices echoing around the
Fair.
room. We like you. We will keep watching you. Know that you have potential, boy. Keep working hard.
Leave me be, dark spirit.
Oh. We can talk normally if you wish.
We'll see how you talk with foot of steel in your chest.
I mean, pretty well, to be honest.
Flip a knife end over end in his hand, looking around the room.
Put that toy down.
Come make me, darkness.
Is he still flipping it in his hand?
Goddamn fucking.
He probably
ninjas.
holds it like in his actual grasp when he says, "Come and make me."
If I would just walk up to him, this awful grip, and just break the fucker in his hands, will that kill?
Sorry?
Will that kill? If I walk up to him, use this awful grip to just break the knife in his hands, would that kill the invisibility?
You would become visible to him if you started breaking shit in his grasp. Yes.
Oh.
I'm afraid you cannot actually poltergeist someone like that.
Yeah, it would. That is hard. But you can get it to where you can break the knife, and then the first thing you'll see after you break the knife is you. So you still get intimidation factor.
Yeah, you'd get the break off, but that would absolutely be a trigger. And then suddenly you forget how your vampire powers work, and you start waving paper in his face. It's like, oh no, this is bad.
Oh. Is this how our relationship will begin?
I have no relationship with dark spirits. Leave this place.
The super religious Yakuza.
But you could, boy. I could grant you many things. Power. Immortality, even. All you'd have to do is serve.
Strong man's heart lives forever in his servants. In his brothers. And then he says a whole bunch more shit in Japanese. The subtitles would be very overdramatic.
You see, you made a mistake. You should have pretended like you killed him and that he was in another world.
That would require a much bigger hallucination. I still could.
You could have, though.
Come now. You will not show yourself, then be gone. I have nothing to say to you.
I'm just gonna get up. I'm assuming the light's on now.
Yeah, you switch the light on.
I'm just gonna. If I flip off the light, will that kill the invisibility or no?
No, that's subtle enough. Light switch, pretty small.
The light switch will know you're there, though.
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
The light switch will remember that.
I'm just gonna walk over, make the steps echo as I walk.
Joy
And
slowly tracks it with his eyes.
Over to the door, turn off the light switch.
Oh,
and
what's your defense value?
my defense value?
Yes, what's your defense? I need it so I can deduct it from his attack that he's making against you now that you've given him position.
I mean, you have to actually make rolls to hear somebody with obfuscate.
Yeah, no, he was making these sounds on purpose before then going up to the light switch and flicking it off.
Yeah, I figure with obfuscate and sound, whenever you're making sounds on purpose, you can obscure where it's coming from.
I mean, this guy doesn't know that, and I don't think Gideon was doing that since he's gone to a light switch to flick it with his finger. So no, he's definitely attacking the darkness where that light switch is.
I tried.
My defense is 5. Is that right?
Okay. Yep, if it's 5 then.
Yeah, but you have to at least make the roll.
I don't, because Rem literally said he was doing it on purpose.
Was deliberately giving himself away.
Yes, gave this dude audio cues.
I assumed he was trying to be dramatic and making the footsteps that you could hear, but it's the dramatic flair thing. I'm trying to give him that courtesy. At this point, you're getting
one of Gideon's greatest sins is that he does have a flair for the dramatic.
Should have been a little bit more specific, I guess.
That is his single greatest sin, is that he has a flair for the dramatic.
Well, it's fine. Even if he cuts you, it's not like you're gonna hurt that bad.
Unless it's because his sword filled with the spirit of 1,000 families, handed down to him by his Yakuza godfather, has made it strong and powerful.
You found Yakuza Samurai Jack, and now you've just become a coup. Have fun with that.
Yeah. I feel like I need to give this guy a token already.
Oh, because Gideon likes him. He's going to be stalking him for a
Yeah,
while.
alright, I'll
longer.
give this guy a token. Give me a second.
TCL, there you go.
What's up?
Chit chat.
Stay out of my asshole. Is that stay out of my asshole, ghosts?
Cool, fuck you!
Oh no, okay. I thought it was gonna be that fucking image. Please stay out of my bottle, ghosts.
No,
Which I
but I
also
imagine-
love that one.
I can imagine like a Pie-mation angry Japanese man screaming that. I love it.
It's my asshole, ghost.
Prepare your bunghole.
Batman's going in dry.
No,
I am-
Batman has Bat Loop.
Don't worry, Batman shock repellent is also a great lubricant. You gotta believe for the people. In something bigger than yourself.
Oh my god. Please stop.
Am I stealing Kiryu from DC?
What Furyu, totally original character, don't steal.
God damn it.
It's Donald Steer.
Do not stir. Yes, that was it. That was the picture. Please turn in my house, spirits. Alright, so Furyu. Let's see how you do.
See, I searched for stay out of my butthole ghosts, and instead of getting that,
Five
Holy
dramatics! Fucking...
You really did find Kiryu!
It's fucking Kiryu! You fucked now, buddy! Money's gonna pour out of your asshole!
You really did find Kiryu!
He's gonna beat the money out of you, old man.
that
Fucking
is what
fine.
happens when you suck the lucky dick.
Fucking fine. If you get Kiryu, if you get Furyu, I want Zajima.
Alright, that's fair.
I think that was something you said,
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
either last time or 2 sessions ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
each
probably-
get a
I pro-
Yakuza character.
Yep.
I probably did. I'm gonna get the fucking crazy Kiryu-chan. The Furyu-chan.
I may or may not have already grabbed that image and put it to the side to token later. But yeah, okay then. Let's see here. Hey,
Oh my-
DCL, you would know how much damage has a katana got in its value?
I'm pretty sure that's 3, but let me go over and check. Oh yeah, it's
Wait.
3.
Didn't he throw something?
No, he fucking charged him with a fucking katana. This time he goes.
Oh, that's nice.
You walk up. You're like stump, and you flick off the light, and then you're penetrated by a katana in the back, and it finds resistance, and yeah, you take 8. Well, it would be lethal, but reduces down to bashing for you damage. Which doesn't
armor.
quite fill up all of your thing. So that's nice.
Doesn't he have armor?
He's got armor, so it's even less, yes.
I actually
But hey,
tanked
that
it
was
because
good.
I actually have resilience, but
Resilience doesn't have to be activated.
It does,
Yeah,
yes.
so-
but it's a
Resilient-
reflexive action to activate it.
It does give
but
you
for
HP.
health,
But he was also
But for health-
surprise attacked, technically.
You can
Oh,
do
okay.
resilience. on
Sure. Do
surprise.
you want to activate resilience?
yes.
Okay then, you can
Wait.
reduce the damage further.
You can activate resilience on surprise.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Yeah. In a way, it makes
It's
sense
just not a-
because it's meant to be like your big emergency button.
Yeah, and because of the way it's Fluff described, it's very rapid regeneration that works like armor. Like you would naturally be doing that when you get hit. You don't have to know the hit is imminent. It's like
Let
you
me
do
just
it
get-
after the damage happens.
Let me
The
just.
Okay.
terrifying thing is, I still look like I took the damage, and it's like fucking gory and mangled as shit, even if it's not really that.
Well, I know that. I have resilience too, and I'm about to get a 4th dot because I didn't know that.
Orochimasu!
He like starts tugging on this katana. It's now stuck in your body as it reduces the impact of this thing, and he slows him down, and fucking yanks and pulls before. I mean, do you want to make a check to keep this katana in you?
Oh yes, because then I'm just gonna this awful grip it.
Oh, you're gonna break his katana?
Don't
You
break glory
motherfucker!
on steel. That's not how. That's not how you
sad.
make. That's not how you make bridges.
No, but it's how you establish dominance.
This is true. All right.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, make a check. This awful grip. So you sure have
Actually,
been throwing around a lot of vitae. I hope you're keeping track.
I have been, vaguely, in my head. Let me just mark it down.
Ahem. So let's see here. Visibility. That other time you did it. That hallucination. That one.
Oh, wait.
Salience.
No. Those hallucinations I was throwing around are free.
No.
Yeah, they are.
Oh no,
Alright.
the hallucinations are. I'll give you back those. The hallucination. Let's see here. All right, you've only burned off. Oh wait, no, you did a thingy of night on the door. Okay, there you go. Quite an expenditure though. That's like a fucking over a third of your vitae resources just gone to fucking with this guy.
I don't burn vitae often, but when I do,
Yeah.
It's to fuck with the fucking Japanese guy.
Yeah.
I do not spend much vitae, but when I do, it is to fuck with the Japanese.
Mr. Joestar, your heart out.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, roll this awful grip on his blade. Then he'll try and get it back before you fucking destroy it. We'll make it a contested roll. Please don't eat my words. Of course, obviously 4 dots of resolve. 3, 3, 3. And 2, 2, 4. Seems about correct. That's a tough one for me to beat. Let's see here. I'll fill out that other bit later. Attack roll. And I'll take off your successes. No, okay, he's gonna get his blade out.
That's damage. So
It is, but
2
it's
damage.
still an easy way for me to roll all of his shit for this blade.
Ah.
He's gonna get it away.
That's 2 successes.
I've already put his successes on as a negative modifier.
Oh.
Yeah, but the maths on that doesn't work, Scan.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if it's a contested strength roll, it would just be like Both people at it. Whatever.
Yeah, both people have to roll, and you do
Okay,
whoever
right,
gets the
alright.
highest successes.
Then I will go with fucking strength and weaponry.
Do you want me to roll my strength dice?
No, you've gone with using presence, brawl, whatever.
That's
You've also
that's-
got Furyu's sheet configured to 1E.
You're right. There we go. I'm gonna hit his attack roll just so I've got this correct. Oh, at least the math's in there is correctly. Okay, normal sheet roll, strength weaponry, and let's make it a contest then. 2. You're probably gonna break a sword. Let's see it. Strength brawl.
And the thing about this awful grip is it subtracts my blood potency from its durability in regards to resistance.
Oh yeah, if you win this roll off, you're just gonna end up breaking it.
Remember that katanas have resiliency, universe.
Oh my god, you're right. They are tougher because of they were folded many times, you know.
Ram's already made his roll though for power.
Oh, well, that's for the power. He actually does have to fucking, you know.
This is so confusing.
Oh no, high presence.
Because it's a weird power.
Fuck it, whatever. All right then. You don't immediately break it. It gets bent.
What is its effective durability?
I don't fucking know. It's a big number, and katanas are more durable than longswords in this game.
Yeah.
+1 only.
I'm pretty sure the durability rules are just like the HP of the item is its size plus whatever modifiers.
It's something that I have in this case already home ruled once for DC. I've been like situations where your weapon would break. Instead, it won't. It'll suffer damage, but whatever. I'm gonna say it fucking applies here too. It's someone else using a katana. And if you're fucking with the Yakuza, I think katanas are gonna keep on coming up. So yeah, might as well make sure to set that one in stone. You bend it. Which has an interesting effect. As he pulls it out of your grasp, you've now created some kind of fish hook for your body. And he pulls, and he cannot get this blade out of you now. There's a lot more angry Japanese cursing. And at this point, there's some slamming on the door in front of you.
Oh, look what you've done, boy.
You will swear and let go of the katana, running for his bedside cabinet, grabbing the knife.
I turn around, and here I just want to give you power.
I kill you where you stand, demon.
I'm older than your entire country. I wouldn't try. But if you wish me to leave, I will. Goodbye, boy. And I will Cloak of Night again.
Sure. As you do so, the door behind you is kicked in. There are a number of armed Japanese people. There's more shouting in Japanese, and he will point at the space you occupied. Would you like to make another dexterity check to move the fuck out of the way in time again? Because they're going to swing wildly at it. They're confused. They won't be swinging very effectively, but I could roll high.
Dexterity what?
Athletics.
See, you just should have seduced him.
Yeah, by the time
Either way.
he's done, Gideon's already walking out of the room.
Should have just isekai'd him.
But yeah, give me that roll.
Blue isekai, no more.
But if it makes him feel better, a little bit of dread presence to hear scratching from the corner.
Before that, please.
Are you missing the fact that Yakuza guys are pouring into the room and
They're swinging weapons wildly the place you occupied, so as I asked already twice now, dexterity athletics, so you're not Alright, you're able to move out of the way, so you are not immediately stabbed by bladed weapons and sushi knives. Now you can continue. I just didn't want that whole moment to be ruined by you trying to, like, creepy your way out of the room while people are stabbing you in the spine. Continue.
Yeah, as soon as they're out of the way, dread presence to hear scratching from the other corner of the room, get everyone distracted, and just walk out.
Sure. It takes some squirming, but like 4 successes. Yeah, you're able to get around without like bumping and pushing people over or anything. As you leave, there's still a sword buried in you. Please don't forget to tick off your Vitae again for both the invisibility and for then also activating Cloak of Night.
Very well.
And you now have in your possession a damaged katana. It is a really nice katana. Probably worth a lot of fucking money.
Better not be nicer than mine.
Oh, it probably is.
You shut up. All of you be quiet. I will hunt down the Yakuza my fucking self if I have to.
Yeah, it would be a really embarrassing way for a character to die. Goes to recruit someone, then dies by just like by a horde of goons swinging sharp things in a vague empty space he should be occupying. Like, should we do a out of curiosity roll just to see how fucked it might go?
That is a way a vampire could go.
Yeah.
I do want to see like curiosity roll.
It's better than getting dragged behind a car.
Let's see it.
Oh my!
Right,
Why you gotta bully so hard?
I distinctly remember breaking that down to make that sound as bad as physically fucking possible.
Why you gotta bully so hard?
Oh my god! It reduces the defense for everyone after him. Okay, cool. Let's see here.
Yeah, the more people swing at you, the less defense you get.
Mhm.
Which is why I normally pump my defense so high, because I'm waiting for the day where I have to 1 free 100, and my weep senses will be prepared.
Okay, so that would probably it might have taken you into lethal.
Might have.
That's a total of 11.
You'd have to minus every individual one off of armor and potentially.
I'd have to take only the last 3 attacks hit anyway, so it wouldn't be spread out quite as fast. So yeah, I think it would just about touch lethal. Considering you took such a fucking huge hit from Fuyu in the first place.
From fuck you.
Yeah. So yeah, you sure did. You made an impression today. That's for sure, Gideon.
He will
But
remember you.
Think of it like this: there was method to my madness. I proved that he has all the qualities in a ghoul I could possibly ever want.
Sure, we can go with that.
I mean, I feel like
I mean,
Fuyu-
I would want him as a ghoul.
Yeah.
He's strong-willed. He can defend himself. People look up to him. He's in a good position.
It's true. There were definitely cries of Aniki as they all like charge him around.
Oh, he's everything.
He's everything I want.
I feel like you're weebooing harder than me, which should not be legal.
Excellent. Okay, so can I please get, before we wrap it up for the night, Angelina, DCL, your feeding rolls, and Saul, can I get your computer rolls, please, for mobile hacking?
Yes.
What would be my feeding
Okay.
role?
What skills socially do you want to use at a feeding ground, or by force if you want to go by force?
Obfuscate, as usual.
Sure. Yep,
I guess
obfuscate
I-
can modify it because you can use it to appear as someone that they find extra desirable.
I guess that would be wits, socialize, obfuscate.
Sure, sounds good to me.
Uh,
you have another +1 because you're wingmanning with Angelina.
Yeah, before we do that, how long is there in the night?
It's like 1 a.m. You got tons of time to go nom.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any other obligations. I'm happy to, like, drop 4 hours on this and enjoy that tasty
Assuming,
pasta.
yeah, assuming you don't cock up this roll, then yeah, you can probably fill that fucking Vitae up from multiple
You
victims.
can hunt in my club. You just have to ask permission.
I mean, I assume that's what we were doing.
Ah.
I just thought we still
Would
need some.
that constitute hunting in the rack for an extra +2?
Yeah. She basically, as long as you're playing nice, everyone can treat this place as a place to feed from. There's a limited amount of Vitae that can go around, but it's a Thursday night, so
Yeah, it's not a busy night.
yeah. Like there'd have been limitations for how much you could get each. Like, you know, don't get greedy amounts, but like it's fucking Thursday night. You could probably manage.
It's a Thursday night. Oh, what the night.
Yeah, give me the roll just in case, because there's also some of Jack's fucking groupies, and although they aren't regulars as well, like they're fucking following around these vampires. There's probably a few of them who are down to nom.
I want to willpower that just to see if I can't get it. Actually, does that matter if I get a dramatic success?
Yes.
Let's try to willpower that. Oh!
You can
Roll
go ahead
again.
over these 4 hours, fill your vitae up to max. Go for it. There are more than enough different partners that you can get a little bit of a nom out of
Yatta!
without putting anyone at risk.
All right, now you got to pay your tax.
I
Eating my
swear to
character.
God.
You aren't even there anymore. Etienne
Gotta-
and Emma
gotta
have
suck some
dragged
dick.
you away.
Yeah.
May I also feed?
Yeah, sure. You can go out and feed after this. Don't forget to roll your special vampire thing where you might not feed successfully.
Yes.
Also,
I
what do you do
will
about the
not-
sword you've gotten fish hooked into your own body? It's a little bit
I assume
awkward
he-
to get now.
I
I
assume
will,
he-
I will extricate it from me.
Okay, so you have to like pull the sword back, like you have to pull on the sword, and like if you imagine it's going through your chest and you've bent it around and it's been yanked back towards you again, you have to pull on this fishhook of a sword edge until the hilt is touching your back, straighten it back out again, and then pull it out of your back. It's very awkward, but it does. You can do it. You will take some more bashing damage though, because you effectively gut racked yourself with this thing.
Would that take me into like lethal or unconsciousness? though?
I mean, you touch lethal because when you start doing, like, it's almost what DCR's specialty is. You're basically doing gouge on yourself.
You have to use special techniques for that. I don't think you can just accidentally
I
do
feel.
that.
How would you describe someone who is actually, like, having to fish the sword back out of their own gut?
Because you like fucking to this is just me kind of being on my like thing, but to read the like carving, when you strike, you pull flesh apart, making it harder to heal. You're like ripping huge chunks out of people.
Yeah.
Because when you
You're
no, because
scooping.
you're scooping.
Yeah, no,
like, if
and
you
he has to scoop a sword out of his own stomach because it got
No,
pulled
you don't
on him
understand.
again.
You don't understand. You're doing like Quentin Tarantino-esque chunks out the body. Like
Mm,
even
Okay, I'll say it does what, like, it's not going to do full. It'll do one lethal to get this out of you then. Because yeah, you do have to rummage around, and it's hooked in there real deep, like, and it's awkward, and it's still a sword. I'll say one lethal. I'll say I won't treat it as though a roughly lethal attack. Fair enough.
because you're talking about a third dot style merit.
It's true, but also, I mean, he did awful grip it into his own body. Like, I want to put out just how amazing this is.
That he would have to be cutting out pieces of himself and not just like cutting deep.
Yeah. So you take a lethal, you can extricate the blade.
I'll
It's been
have-
bent the other way now.
I'll have to call Mr. Furyu. At some point, his suit may be in need of alterations.
You can fucking own as in need of alterations now. It's got this weird hole in the spine. Also, yeah, Maz, can I get your rank 2? 4 people totaling minus 8. It's been 8. Yep, go for it.
Yeah, so this will just be Of course, since I'm using all specs, this does mean if I fail, it's automatically a dramatic fail, and I don't get a beat. You just get to throw...
I guess to just punish you? Oh, awesome.
Water
I even have a good
twist.
idea
Oh.
for that.
Violate the rules. Of
No,
the
no, no.
feeding
No,
ground.
I've got a good one for this if you fuck it up really badly.
I'm scared.
Of course, it's nearly impossible.
Okay, no, you can fill up that vitae bar, go for it. Nom nom
I'm still
nom.
scared.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, oh well, it looks like one of Jack's groupies wasn't quite so receptive as you thought. And it suddenly goes very bad and very religious all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, religion.
Yeah.
That is the worst. All of a sudden.
Yep. All of a sudden
Yes.
religious. Gideon, you can roll to eat, and Hedra still waiting on your computer's roll, please.
Yes, I've been waiting for the rolls here to finish up nice and there.
Not sure.
I'm just yeah, so I could do 2 rolls there thanks to good time management.
That's correct. You can make 2 in the same long-term test.
Yes, so that's intelligence, computer,
Mhm.
and
Modified by your investigation specialization +1.
yes. Plus one there.
So, could I. How do I want to word this?
So, and it's an asset skill, so it's 9
Can
again.
you join the Fear You fan club?
I will be spending a goodly majority of the night attempting to feed.
Yep,
I
okay
would
then.
like to. When I do that, I would also like to use that one ability that just makes me look like any other regular perk.
Yeah, sure.
is it?
Give me your manipulation socialize then, or whichever social... Well, manipulation and then whatever social skill you want, and then, yeah, +6. You have, like, 4 hours to nom in.
Intimidation?
Yeah, you
Intimidation?
can scare people into eating. It's legitimate. Go for it.
Oh, struggle, snuggle, noses.
I know, right?
It's okay.
It's just how they
For
do.
Fear, it's okay. For Fear You just have to wait for the fucking town to
Also-
erupt in another gang war, only for you to try to recruit and offer him power. Then to be amazed then by his other his other conviction to his values, the fact that he'll just
Well-
beat up 100,000 people, and then you'll become a fan and subordinate of him.
How's that for an initial roll?
Oh, okay then. I will tell you the following things about the phone's owner.
You said I'd get a +6 for the time, right?
Yes.
Alright, and I get a +4 from Dread Presence. Awesome.
If you are using a discipline in a feeding roll, you do have to expend 1 vitae.
Dread Presence is free.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's not actually using a discipline in the dramatic sense, it's abstracted into the feeding roll.
I see.
I wonder how I'd use Carafor to feed. Asking ghosts.
Asking your
Basically.
friends on the other side who's particularly well studied.
Yeah, you want to go look at page
Nice.
96 of the rulebook for
Yeah, you can top yourself off, Gideon.
That's-
It takes a couple people, but you can get your grub up to max.
That's a lot of fucking dice.
But there's a downside.
They're dead.
Well, he might vomit it up is the problem.
Mmm.
Well, at least vomit part of it up. Oh crap.
Want to spend some willpower there, friend?
No, I'll only lose 4 of that vitae.
Yep, okay
Oof.
then. You get your eat on, and then...
Then you parasult in it.
Yeah, it's good for your figure. It's slimming.
Next morning,
Oh,
the
dear.
cops are like, where did all this fucking blood come from?
Probably a bum fight.
Can't you just, lick it back up?
I mean,
Technically, yes, I can.
But
But
would
I
your
assume it-
shame let you?
Look, my bloodline has done much more for much less.
I'm sure, but you're
I'm
a responsible gentleman now who owns land. Owns a shop. You wish you owned land. Nobody here owns
I was
land.
about to say it's America. You know how expensive
You
that
own a
is?
mortgage on a shop that's owned on a mortgage for land twice.
You know, I wonder if I could actually petition the Invictus for feeding grounds.
Yes, technically.
I think that's part of the invested merit.
Yeah.
No, I get hurt from that, not at feeding ground.
They're very, very similar in function.
True.
They are both the vampire McDonald's.
You know,
One is
I
just
could
the
act-
employees.
I actually could just use some Invictus herd, and I get those last four.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
Although you did spend the rest of your night doing this before you had a Chunderfest, so you've not got much time to do that in. That is the issue of when you associate all of that time with the feeding in the first place. It then,
True.
you know, things don't go well. You have spent that time doing it, sadly. Okay, but yes, those are the things that you learned about that phone, Hedra.
Excellent. That means it has to be, if we got the details on this, it had to be sold somewhere, which is face to face, as you said.
Yes, out of town though, in a miscellaneous insert here city.
I imagine Darian is going to be very curious and upset when Gideon walks in with a giant hole in his nice suit and a slightly bent katana.
You motherfucker! What did you do to that innocent katana?
I
Oh, no.
found a perfect subject.
Fuck you! Apologize to Japan's feelings.
Oh, speaking of Darian, do you know someone who can get this repaired?
I squint. I'm
Yeah,
not sure you're worthy.
you obviously know someone who can repair a katana around here.
I do. I'm trying to discern if he's worthy of holding Nippon steel.
It looks really well. It looks really fucking nice. And you know what? Give me intelligence weaponry, please.
All right.
Okay, here comes the -8 modifiers.
Well, weaponry's good for me, and I also have an asset skill in this.
Yep.
So I get a plus
And
2
again.
because it's involved.
You mean specialty then, not an asset for knowledge of weapons.
No. Wait, is assets involved?
Assets are the 9As. Specialties are the extra dice.
No. The asset lets you get like plus 2 related to knowledge for professional training, right? Am I thinking of the right thing?
No, 9 again on your asset skills.
I must be thinking contacts. All right.
Yeah. Professional training 1 gives you 2 dots of contacts. But,
Okay.
But yeah, no. With professional training and knowledge of this weapons and stuff. No, it's actually 9 again. It's real good.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually worse.
Tell that
Oh,
to
boy.
is a
Nice.
fucking incredibly good roll there. That is 5 rerolls built into that. Alright, so DCL.
Look at that!
Yeah.
10 on a 10 on a 10 on a 9.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, the 3, 3, 1, 5, all that stuff on the end is the actual rerolls. The rerolls always go on the end of a list.
Oh,
I hope this thing's not amazing, otherwise I'm going to be real tempted to keep it.
This sword is very old, very, very expensive, and when you turn it over, you can see, like, the owner and the name, like, the fucking smith who made this classically
Made in China.
Japanese weapon. No, it's, this sure was made in Japan. Modern metals, but it was made in Japan, and you can see that there is a rather famous name stamped into it as well. There are a lot of questions that come into play as to how did he come across this sword? How did he come across this sword? And how did he come across this sword?
These are a lot of questions, and I'm afraid to ask him any of them. But yes, I will say yes, Gideon. I will repair this sword, although you have many questions to answer.
Actually, you might have trouble having this sword repaired now, because this definitely belongs to someone who was probably looking for this weapon or would very much care to get it back.
Look, I know a person, alright?
Okay,
I know
alright.
a girl.
Alright, you know someone who will fix it. Okay.
She'll do me a solid.
Okay. Glad to hear it.
I
I'm gonna have to get her
believe
some fucking underground dojins that nobody else could get their hands on and trade, but I can do it.
Of course. Saul, can
I
you go on the
believe-
dark web for me, please?
I believe I will keep this for a while. I have a plan.
I'm gonna get this repaired first, and then I'm going to very tentatively get
No. I have an idea.
this idea. Better be good for you to be fucking with a relic. I don't know if you can tell, but my weeaboo senses are very offended right now.
A sword is a sword, boy.
Motherfucker, I should stab you for saying that. The sword has very, very historical implications and importance, and the fact that you have it is making
Yes,
me
and the
actually-
sword that I was buried with also has historical importance. A
I mean,
sword
yeah, but you're not
is a
cool.
sword.
You're not katana cool.
Okay then.
Frankly,
I believe.
the last
Okay,
time I
My
saw,
lovely days,
frankly,
it's
the
time
last
for us to move on to aspirations.
Okay.
I was just asking, since I got my work there done in at the time, can I spend the other half, continue working on?
Yeah, you can roll for Gern from Mars Quest.
Yes. Thank you. This is investigation though, because
Yep,
this is finding
your
out where the
other-
fuck everything is.
Yeah, your other specialty.
Yes. Yes. Insert and bison, yes. And get a specialty die on that too as well.
Well, then.
Go. And that. So, and 9 again. That's boop. And 1. And critical success.
Apparently, everybody gets crit successes tonight.
Pick asset skill. And it in investigation, remember?
Yep.
9. So this is specific for the universal investigative 8.
No, it doesn't. It's named Morning Tempest. That's the name of that blade if you would like to make a record of that somewhere, Gideon. And alright, that becomes a critical success.
It's fine. I'm only very salty.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It could have been the Dragon Slayer or the Celestial Steed, so you're fine.
The celestial seed. Huh.
Steed, sorry. Or the Amano Murakuma.
The bitch
Steed? I
fucker.
thought you said steer.
It's the Celestial Steve.
Please no.
It's
Steve.
Bob.
It's fucking Steve. Go out and do God's work. Fuck. I forgot about that. Okay. I will make a record of this progress. In fact, I'm gonna put this in the Hunted Angelina that there has been another dramatic success. There has been a second dramatic success. If changes. You only need to cumulatively make another quote-unquote 4 or... Well, cumulatively 5, but if you do it in 4, which is your dramatic success, I'll take it off. 5.
I think Saul gets exceptionals on 3, not.
Yep.
Okay, then if you get a 3, then I get to write it off as a 5. Whatever.
Huh?
But yes, it's so far you've accumulated 2 exceptional successes on this, which has knocked 5 off each time because it's just the fucking how those numbers are working for me. I'm not going to manually fuck around with that any harder than it needs to be for no good reason.
Fair enough.
Let's go to the aspirations. Locate the missing signatory. It's getting another plus, Angelina. Preparing fortifications against future monster attack. Still the same plus. Determine who else has influence over Weisberger. Still has the same plus. Rose, find the titty monster. That gets a plus. Get Etienne's dick suck. It looks like you're gonna fail this one.
He agreed to.
I know, right?
You are going back
Look.
on your word.
Motherfucker. I agreed to do it. I didn't agree to win.
Yep. All right. And
You are
use was cast.
as in-
Sucking
As
up an
an-
aspiration slot for me.
As
I
a
mean,
knight,
that's
you
one of
should-
my favorite things to do in fucking in Third of Darkness, so I'm not gonna blame.
As a knight, you should keep your word.
He's
I
not a
can-
knight.
I thought he was.
No,
As an agent of the Invictus, you should keep your word.
He didn't sign
Suck that dick.
he didn't sign a contract, sadly, which isn't Invictus-y enough otherwise. What you need is Louisa
a
Belladonna to fucking oath you to it.
Oh yeah.
She
we're
can
gonna
force
oath
you
you.
to
What, the-
take your word.
Shepherd.
What, the oath of gargling balls?
I mean, I fucking suppose.
You know,
guess.
I was gonna say, like, of Louisa's specialities, making sure you keep a promise, even if it's spoken word, is one of her specialities. You'd ask her real nicely. Like, hey, you promised to suck dick and didn't do it, and then she'd be like, I'm gonna spend some vitae and see if that's true. It was true! Suck that dick!
Oh my god, I've never seen such efforts go. for
I know,
someone who-
right? And it makes me so happy. Okay.
Suck the dick. Let me score that aspiration.
It's
It's
just,
like
it's
fill it
just
in
sitting there with the
something
same
else.
plus on it. It's not making any progress. You could score it in for just the one that it's worth now. You give up on it and just take the plus. Score that as it is. And you do not progress, you use Legba's Curse. DCL, you have...
I need a target for that.
Yep. Earn a magic sword with a plus. Find Louisa dead or undead. That's going to gain another plus. And do not spend any vitae. I believe you didn't spend any at all.
Nope.
Yeah, alright. Score that in. 1 point.
Alright.
Gideon, learn the fate of the signatory. You do not know their fate, and went along on that part. Acquire a ghoul, gets a plus. And assist the...
Just one?
Sorry, session by session basis. Assist the Coterie in the mission. No, you went off on Ghoul Quest. Soul, assist the Coterie in the mission. Plus. Or another dot of resources. Plus. Heading around. And the whereabouts. A condition, Lady Belladonna. Plus. You are really stacking these up to score big when the time comes. Besides that, everyone gets
Fuck.
2 end of session beats.
Uh,
God, looking at this list, I'm seeing like a 0 score of 1 in Lily's, which amazes me because usually it stacks up numbers. A score of 6 in DCL's.
It's just
6
DCL, man.
fucking
DCL holding me back.
and he's crushing it himself. He's at 6 beats in just like completed mission scorables.
You're sabotaging me, DCL.
Look,
amazing.
it's not my fault you made it your life's goal for me to suck someone's dick.
This is true.
But you agreed to.
He's got a score in it.
I
Alright.
did, but I didn't agree to do it in the middle of a fucking important mission.
You agreed to do it before the mission started, so
Yeah.
fuck you.
And then the mission started.
Yeah, you didn't say not during the mission. You just said,
I mean, I figured
give
out
me
what-
blood. I need blood right now. I'll suck your dick.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, really, what you should have done was combine the two. And
I
just
mean-
suck while you suck.
I
Oh.
remember that being specifically
Wish
brought
it-
up.
if wish, yeah, I mean, it's been brought up specifically a number of times, and if wishes were fishes, dicks would have been
Oh,
sucked.
I mean, DCL's only got the one mouth, and you really don't want to suck while you suck. Like that way.
No, it's scrape and lick.
Yeah, this is not a good way to.
Anyway, my
No,
lovely.
I actually-
Given the way the kiss works, yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah, that would probably be
Not
quite...
when you think about it.
Not when you think about it, but you wouldn't be
Okay.
thinking about it at the time. But please, please,
Please don't bite
Please
people's
start.
dicks.
Yes,
Please
don't.
start.
But, Hedra, I want to finish this session. What is
I
that?
know,
What
but
do you want?
you were talking about everyone's beats and then you just stopped. Like,
Yeah, no, everyone got 2 end of session beats. And DCL's the only one who scored super hard on his actual aspirations. You have a lot stacked up. They haven't been scored yet, though. But you've got,
I
out
have
of your
a-
built up points, you have 8 built up points. So when you score those in, it will just suddenly be a fucking influx of experience.
I have a wonderfully
Well-
evil plan for Mr. Furio.
Anyway, if you're watching in the stream, or you're watching in the VOD, I hope as usual that you have yourselves a lovely motherfucking good time, and please do take care.
Bye, stream. Bye, YouTube.
Like
Bye,
and
bye.
subscribe.